Silas the Virus. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom! And welcome to the Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Dirty Duck Coffee. If your coffee sucks, it's not the duck. I'm Jeff Stanfield with the world-famous Andy Shaver.
That's how we start our day every day out here.
With us today in studio, we have the living legend. That's right, Mr. Silas Freaky. Silas, how old are you?
I'm 10.
10 years old. Where do you live at?
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Lincoln, Nebraska. Go Skurs. You a big Nebraska fan?
Kinda.
It'll grow on you.
Yeah, it'll be like the rest of them losers in that state, huh? Or are you going to get lucky and move to Iowa?
I don't really know.
Iowa's a better state.
Well, it doesn't have better corn, that's for sure.
Why?
Oh.
What do you know about corn?
Yeah.
They just don't.
What does your dad do for a living?
He works at a place called Kidwell. He is a foreman for, like, he's not really an electrician, but he, like, pulls cable and stuff.
I thought he was a farmer.
No.
No.
Then what do you know about corn?
I know that Iowa's corn's not as good as ours.
I think Iowa's got the best corn in the country.
I'm pretty sure the highest yield corn ever came from Iowa.
Yeah,
Somewhere
so
there.
I think you're wrong.
You're just spouting off.
Yeah.
Hating on people from Iowa for no reason.
Well, they just
Baseless.
they teach all that
Baseless
at a young age.
accusations.
Now your uncle's kind of a celebrity, right?
Yeah.
And what's your uncle's name?
Jose.
What do we call him?
Snacks.
Snacks. Do you like that nickname?
Yeah.
Do you?
Why did we call him Snacks, you think?
Because he'd always bring snacks. He'd always stop at the gas station before a hunt.
That's why.
Yep, that's it. What's his
it out.
favorite snack?
Probably like, I don't know, really. He likes everything, that's for sure.
Does your grandma spoil him? Are you saying
used to.
you saying Snacks has never passed up a meal? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. And with you, next to you now is a guy that's not as well known as you are, right?
Yeah.
He thinks he's somebody, don't he?
Yeah.
Is he the best? Is he the best goose caller you've ever hunted with?
Probably.
You think so? Now you've never got to hunt with me, and you think I'm a
Yeah.
better caller than Trevor is?
I'll have to see.
You'd have to see. What would you think?
You'll
if you
be
were
waiting a while to see
if,
that.
If you were a bet man, what do you think?
Probably you, because you've had
We don't
more
need
experience.
reasons. We don't need reasons. That's good enough for me. With us today is Trevor Shannahan, and Trevor is a how many time champion?
15-time world champion.
15-time world champion.
How about that? Put that in your pipe, Silas.
Yeah,
Good point.
I got
Good
17 though, so don't.
I'll tell you, Silas, you can do something wrong for 40 years and still not know how to do it. So experience isn't always the key.
True.
So, do you have a girlfriend, Silas?
No.
You got to move up. You got to either move that microphone up or you got to scoot
Yeah.
up. Here, I'll help you.
No, you're good.
All right.
Are you sure I'm good?
Yeah.
Now
I don't mind helping you.
You didn't do a very. You've lost. You had a couple of bets with me this weekend, a couple of wagers,
Yeah.
right? You lost the first one.
Yeah.
Actually, it started. Me and you met at Squad Fest this year,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
We did, and we ate some pizza, and we had a bet at Dewey's Pizza in St. Louis. And what was our bet?
So I said that I could eat a 13-inch pizza, and you said I couldn't. So you paid for it, and then I was trying to eat it
What was the bet though?
for
You to eat the whole pizza.
So I'd get $20 if I won, but if I lost, I'd have to get the Bart Simpson haircut.
Yep. And so, who won the bet?
Probably you.
Probably. It's a yes or
Did
no.
you eat it all or not? It's pretty
Well,
black and white.
No, I didn't.
Then
but
there's no probably.
Silas won that bet. He wanted that haircut anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
And he got a free pizza.
I've been waiting for this.
I think it was $40, and then I gave you $20 because you had a good effort.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, well, here.
How many pieces you eat?
Wasn't it like
I think he was too short, but he was struggling those last two.
No, it was the last two crusts. Like I ate everything else. It was
No.
just the crust.
No,
I'm
you
pretty sure.
didn't. Yeah, no, you had 2 pieces left and crust.
Oh yeah.
But he got to about 2 pieces left and all the crust, and he looks at me and he goes, "You just want to call the bet off?"
Last chance, call it off.
Yeah, I said, "No, I'm not calling it off now because you can't do it." That's the reason I made the bet. I don't bet very many bets I can't make. And then I made a bet with you while you were up here, correct? What was the bet on that? That you wouldn't speak?
Oh yeah, that I wouldn't speak for the rest of the night. That like started at dinner, and I was like,
But did you do that?
no, I
No,
did
you
not.
did not.
My mom called me, so I had to talk to her.
No, you talked before that
Yeah, because Snacks said I could.
because Snack set you up for failure.
No, he said he wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, well, but someone
You
else
talked
told
to me before that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you were being very polite. You were
Yeah.
being very polite.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to fit in good when he turns 18 and comes down to work here because he is so full of shit.
Yeah, he is that. Oh, yeah, he is. There's no doubt about it. He walks through that back door like, "Do you see that sign that says employee only?" Yeah, you just walk on in like you own the place.
So is this the haircut that you lost? Is that the kind of hairstyle that you had to get when you lost?
This is my dad.
What do you
he-
mean?
So he was like, "You gotta get a haircut. Your hair's a mop." And I'm like, no, it's not." And then he's like, "Well, I'm gonna cut it." So he goes to cut it, and he like gets the sides fine. But when he goes to the front, he's like, "This is the part I don't really know about. I don't know if it'll look good." So I'm like, why did you agree to cut it then?" And he's like, I'm just gonna cut it, and it's gonna look like how it's gonna look." And he messes it up, like right here, and he's like, "Gotta go shorter." I'm like, why?
Did he give you the perm in the back too?
No, that was my grandma. She does haircuts.
She does haircuts. Why? So why didn't you just go to your grandma then?
Because it was like the day before, so I didn't have time, and it was like that night.
But you had time for a perm.
Yeah, that was on my birthday.
Oh, did you want a perm or was your dad like, "You're
I
getting
wanted
a
a
perm"?
perm.
You wanted a perm.
Yeah.
At 10 years old.
Yeah, they were trying to fight against it, but I was like, I'm gonna get a perm, and
Next, you're getting a tattoo, just because I said so.
yeah,
Which kind of tattoo do you want?
like probably like a wood duck, like cupping or whatever, like right down my forearm.
Wow.
I'd get 2 of them. That'd be cool.
Already
Yeah.
got plans for a sleeve, huh?
And a
Look at
wood
you.
duck's what you're starting off at.
Yeah.
Why a wood duck? Because you're in Nebraska. Y'all don't shoot a lot of wood ducks there, do you?
We don't really.
That's
but
why he wants one.
Yeah.
yeah, I think wood ducks are very interesting. They're super cool. They have like different types of like patterns on their body, and I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to trash wood ducks. That's good enough. That's,
Out of all the ducks that we shoot in like America normally, I mean, honestly, I think that's the prettiest duck out there is a Drake wood duck.
I think it's a showboat.
Well,
Really?
I mean, I think a mandarin duck's a showboat.
Well,
but,
there you go. It's a Chinese wood duck.
but those are absolutely beautiful too.
Yeah. So you're not a gadwall guy. You're a wood duck guy.
Yeah, more of a wood duck.
All right.
Now, your perm is kind of straightening out. Are you due for another perm soon before you go back to school, or
I
what? How are we
hope,
going to do this?
But it's not gonna be long enough by the time I'm at school, because it's supposed to be like 3 inches at the least.
The back of your head? The
Well,
back of your head's...
My back's
Well-
fine, but it's just the front. That's like, this is an inch. So it has to be 3 inches at least.
I thought that they just permed the back, though.
Well, you can, but it's more of like a style to do the front too and then the back.
So Andy's not in style.
I'm
like you
not
are.
in style.
Is that what you're saying?
I don't have enough hair to be in style.
Was yours like natural?
Naturally going bald,
Naturally
yes.
turning gray and turning loose, yeah.
Kind of like mine, just naturally fell out.
Natural as it gets, bud.
Yeah.
Hate to tell you.
Yeah.
Hate to tell you, but old man comes for us all.
Yep.
But that's what I'm not understanding. When you got your perm, did they perm all of it or did they just perm the back?
They permed all of it.
Did your dad do that also?
No, his
No,
grandma did. Pay
my
attention,
grandma
Jeff.
did.
Oh, excuse me.
Stay up.
Is this Snacks' mom? That grandma or your mom's mom?
No, it's my
Your dad's mom?
dad's stepmom.
Okay.
I got you.
I get confused by this. So
Yeah.
is Snacks your favorite family member?
I shouldn't say this.
Yeah, you can say it.
Yeah, probably.
We figured
Oh, he
that.
is.
Yeah, that you can tell. He loves old Jose.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to throw him under the bus and say no.
No, he loves him because
Yeah.
he jacks with him more than anybody does. Did he pay you that $80 he owes you?
No, still didn't.
Yeah, he's real bad about welching on them bets.
The only thing I tipped him for is because I was like, oh yeah, I'll tip him, and then he'll get me my money.
No.
But I still paid him that $20.
Did you? What's in his envelope in there? His
Yeah.
tip, the singles you gave him from the strip club. So, yeah, not everybody knows you've been to a strip club, but now they do. You got all them singles. So, did you? What was your favorite day of hunting?
Probably today.
Today, and y'all shot almost 40 today.
Yeah, we shot 39, pretty sure.
And yesterday y'all shot 20. So you've had a good time then.
Yeah.
So was Jose work hard while he's out there?
Yeah, he did.
Or does he jack around most of the time?
Well,
Tell us the truth.
No, he did.
He works hard?
Yeah, he worked hard, especially yesterday. There was a couple shots, calls that would have been good, but he knew that it'd be too far out for everyone because there were some people that were shooting not 12 gauges.
So he wasn't working himself out the way he should then.
Yeah, but he got him in. He caught him right in, then took the shot.
Now he broke his dog's leg, right?
I honestly have no clue. He could have it could have been.
We're getting all the stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he stepped on his dog's leg though and broke it, right?
Yeah,
He
pretty
says
sure.
he stepped on the tail. I've never heard of anybody stepping on a tail and breaking a leg before, so had to be the leg he stepped on.
Probably.
And so you were the lab yesterday. You were the retriever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you get part of the tip money that he's getting since you were doing part of the work? Because the hardest part's getting the birds.
No.
And in a timely manner.
Yes. Did he timely do it, Snacks?
No.
No.
I really missed my dog yesterday.
I really missed my dog yesterday.
We found out that you screwed up a lot of shot calls yesterday. Could have shot twice as many as you did.
Big wig over here.
Could have shot twice as many as you did. But
And we found out that Iowa does not have as good a corn as Nebraska
We
does.
also, he shoots a lot of cool shit. We found that out today. Didn't want to mount any of the specs because they're not
Yeah.
cool enough for him.
we were at Silas. We shot some nice tar bellies today. We were like, Silas, you want to mount any of these? Nah, I shoot a lot of cool stuff. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this trash
the
on my
reason
wall.
I did is because my dad already has a spec in the basement because I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, check out our birds down there. We got a spec and another spec.
So what is your dream? You really want to come work here when you get older?
Yeah, that's for sure. I'd love
Like,
to.
how old are you going to be?
18.
18?
17 maybe.
I could see you coming down here in a couple of years and just hanging out with Snacks for about a week and us putting you to work because you're a go-getter.
Yeah.
I'm afraid you take my job, though, because god dang, boy, you are a people person.
Yeah.
So you've had a really good experience here then. So are you going to be at Memphis at Ducks when we're there? Is that where y'all are coming this year? Y'all going to St.
we were
Louis again?
probably thinking of doing that. We're probably not going to do St. Louis this year.
No
'cause-
Squad Fest, but going to Ducks.
Yeah, because we were deciding it's just a too long drive for a day.
Yeah,
Not it's not far, but
It is a long ass trip from where y'all live to St. Louis is not easy. I think Memphis isn't a lot further, probably 2 hours maybe.
it's in Tennessee, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yes, unless they moved it overnight. Yes, it's still in Tennessee.
Yeah.
All right, so you're not getting married this time in next summer? You'll still be here? You're going to come back next Christmas and
I'll
hunt?
still be here.
Okay. Well, we sure have appreciate you, and I enjoy you being around here. You're one feisty little sucker, that's for damn sure. But I've enjoyed you getting here. So you go over and give Snacks a big old hug
All right.
and tell him thanks for bringing you up here and your daddy too, okay?
Peace out, dude.
hey,
Go get that perm.
When
See
you
ya.
when you get home and talk to your mom, tell her that your dad screwed y'all out of one more day of hunting, okay? All right.
And he screwed you out of a couple inches on top of your head.
Yeah. I want to know about your dad cutting your hair. You need to ask her
That
about
was
that stuff.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Horrible.
so you just
Took
kept
way
cutting
too much.
in?
You just kept cutting.
He had an option to go get a haircut at, Sports Clips, but he was like, oh, no, I ain't getting
No,
a haircut.
you
Oh.
said great
Mom said
clips.
you need to cut that mop off your head.
Yeah.
So
What's wrong with
I
great
did
clip?
what I could.
Don't bring this to Mom. She did not do anything. This was all
She told me
you.
to, so-
What is great clips? Is that like a sports clips?
No,
No, it's like
It's cheaper. It's for the pores.
Oh.
yeah.
So you didn't want to be there as the pores,
You
right?
didn't want to.
Okay.
I don't.
You didn't want the kids making fun of you at school for going to
Yeah,
great
that's
clips.
for sure.
Listen, I'd rather have a bad haircut than get spotted at
every time
great
someone
clips.
gets a haircut, we're always like, "Where'd you get it from?"
He got it from Super Clips. Get out of here, peasant.
All right.
Right? No, it's
See ya, Silas.
All right. See
All right.
ya.
See you guys.
See you, bud. Be
All right,
safe
bud.
on the road.
Yep.
Good hunt with you.
Hey, give me one of these, bud. I'll see you in Memphis.
See you guys. Y'all
All
be
right.
safe.
Now with us is the great Trevor Shannahan. Trev, how you doing, bud?
Good. I noticed you didn't mention the last bet you had with him that he actually won, though.
Oh, he did. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He did. I gave him $20.
Carefully omitted that one from the record.
Yeah.
I gave him 20, I think, or 40.
Just like he.
Oh no.
He's 0 for whatever on bets against me.
I had an opportunity for that. I let him win his money that he didn't win on the other bet. I knew he couldn't be quiet.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to happen.
He did a pretty dang good job.
He did, and I was really surprised. Hard-headed little shit. But I gave him $40 if he could eat 2 jalapenos. He goes, now I'd have to eat the stems. I said, not the stems, but everything else.
He ate them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woof.
I gave him the idea. I was like, hey, throw them on that sandwich you're eating right now. It's going to blend in nice.
Yeah.
And he just downed them once he put them in that sandwich.
Before he was just doing them the old-fashioned way,
Yeah.
a bite at a time.
I saw him on that first one. He did not look like he was going to make it.
Well, if they wouldn't have helped him out, he wouldn't have making it. And I wanted him to get his money back, but I wasn't just going to give him the $40. So I was going to make him earn it. You know, he's got to learn at an early age. And Snacks Jackson, well, Snacks is a good uncle though to him. He's very patient and stuff. So that was a good hunt. Y'all had a good hunt today. You've had a good hunt the last 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
No win tomorrow though, of course.
Can't win them all.
Could end the year 2 bangers in a row, and let's have one more tomorrow, and then we shut down for a couple of days. So, how's the gun club working?
Good. Busy as always. We got a high volume club and club of the year again this year for throwing the most registered targets between NSSA and NSCA. I think that's 2 or 3 years in a row that we've done it. So,
How many targets are y'all throwing?
So we throw about 8.5 million total
Good
targets. That's with daily traffic. We do a lot of corporate events too. I mean, basically for the last 3 months, I've essentially been 4 days a week on corporates, and then the other 3 days a week we're open for regular business too. So
What's a corporate deal take? So what are we looking at? Someone bring in 50 people, 100 or 20 or what?
So we have a minimum dollar amount, but it's basically anything 35 people or over is what we consider a corporate event. But we do have a minimum dollar amount that you have to reach. So some of those 35 person shoots have to like put in a bunch of add-ons and everything just to meet it.
So like me and Andy, we're not. Well, Andy would embarrass himself. Might embarrass myself on shooting, but me and Andy want to go up there and shoot at your clay. What are we looking at a day? Because I don't ever go shoot sporting clays. Last time I shot him was in Tennessee.
So if you guys wanted to come, so we are a members only place,
so a
but if
peasant place where me and Andy could go for the poor folks.
yeah. Well, I'm just gonna say, like, if you wanted to come, I bring you in as my guest.
Right.
You pay your $20 guest fee, and then it's 38 cents a clay. And then shells, you can bring your own shells, but we have shells available there too. I probably have anywhere from $750,000 to $1 million worth of shells sitting in storage at any given time.
So 100 rounds is that a round or for 50?
You can so we're with us, you get a card and you put as many targets on that card as you want. Then you bring it back and we charge you for what you shot minus 10% for breakage and just no birds, anything that goes wrong, we take 10% off just kind of as a nice little gesture on top of that. So if I gave you 500 on your card and you bring back 400, you only shot 100, we would charge you for 90 targets.
So I'm basically looking at what I'm getting at. For me to go shoot 100 rounds, I'm going to spend $100 probably.
Yeah, so you'd be $38 in targets. Like I said, you'd be $20 for a guest fee. But the thing is, if you went to a public range, most public ranges are anywhere from 50 to 52 cents a target. No guest fee, obviously. But basically, right there, out over 100 targets, you're already paying that almost.
It's going to be $100
$20.
regardless.
Yeah, about $100 around, and then with ammo and everything.
How long does it take to shoot 100 rounds?
Just depends on your pace, how crowded the course is. Now, we have 4 courses with 4 machines at every single station, so our 1s and 2s on every course are what we call our corporate targets. So they're a lot more simple, slower, closer, like simpler lines, more straight lines and everything, not as technical. And then our 3s and 4s are like our tournament level targets. So, I mean, on any given day, I mean, I can go out and burn 100 targets in probably 15 minutes.
Oof.
If I'm by myself. And
I was absolutely, I don't know if I'd say just surprised how hard Sporting Clay's course is. Because I'm a above average shot. I'm not a good shot, but I'm above average shot. And man, I shot that and I was thinking, that looks like a real easy target. And boy, it was not. Did you think that, Andy?
Yeah.
I was really surprised.
And I think you guys were shooting after an event, so you were
Yes.
probably shooting registered, level targets. Where like if you shot our 1s and 2s on our sporting clay course, you'd probably be in the 80s or 90s. Andy'd still be in the like 70s or so, but
But it's not. It's harder than I thought it was.
Yeah.
I would really like to go shoot for 4 or 5 days straight to see how good if I could shoot.
You also want to take an IQ test, and you took your IQ test, and you were like,
Well, hold on now. Before we're gonna. What do you think you'd shoot? What do you think you'd get on an IQ test? Honestly,
"What does it score?"
I think above 93. I think 93 is average.
Yeah.
I think 93 is average.
Above, I'd score in the triple digits.
Well, there's a big triple digits there. What
Well,
do you think?
where does it cap out at? I don't know.
I think 160. I think is
no, it's higher than that.
180 maybe.
Yeah, I mean, because mine was 148. 140 is considered genius level. I think it goes to like 220 or something.
I
like
was
that.
below genius.
I can look it up. I don't know. Probably one, not genius, but smarter than the average bear. 120.
I'm about to say, knowing both of you guys
120.
would both be in the triple digits for sure.
I was 117. Payne scored 148.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean,
He's a very sharp kid,
Yeah.
but he scored 148 because when I told him that, he goes, "Oh, that's
That's
rich,
cute."
Dad." Or maybe that's cute. Maybe what I said.
Yeah.
But I scored 117, and I think if I sit down in a quiet room and took a test, I think I could probably do a little bit better than that. But I don't see me scoring more than like 125 at all.
440 is the highest one can get.
What is it?
Huh?
440?
440. What's the highest ever? 240.
It says Young Hoon Kim 276, Terrence Towell 225 to 230.
The 276 to 220, that's a big damn difference.
No, 276. I guarantee you that dude was in North Korea and he falsified. Yeah, exactly.
Marilyn Voss Savant once listed in Guinness for an IQ of 228, which I guess at the time he took it was as high as it got.
I thought like 230, 240 was the highest ever somewhere.
Yeah.
I wonder what Elon scores.
Probably around 200.
What'd be interesting is that people that scored 270 and 220, what do they do for a living? And do they have any common sense? Mm-hmm. Because there's not any common sense on that test, I don't think.
No.
Elon is officially unknown, it
So
says.
it's essentially your capacity for learning.
I can see that because a lot of it was just puzzles that you had to put into sequences and stuff. And some of them really made sense, were simple, and some of them were. If I had to look at a question more than 5 seconds, there's a good chance I missed it probably. Because if I couldn't just figure out exactly what it was pretty fast, I probably wasn't. But I would like to take it, sit down. We're going to do. Me and Andy are going to take a certified IQ test sometime in the next 2 months, and then we're going to have the results, and we'll have someone come in that teaches it or whatever, and kind of go over it with us and see how we do.
Yeah,
We'll see how much smarter that you are than I am.
If you can figure out a way to get to 140, you can join Mensa.
What kind of questions are they?
They'll
Common
have like
sense questions?
No. They'll have like a puzzle, and it'll be like a sequence of or dice. We'll just use dice for example, and it may be 3, 2, 1, and then 2, 1, 3, and then you got to figure out the next sequence of it.
It's problem solving.
Okay.
Yes, that's kind of the way it was, and some of it's real. Like I said, some of it's really, really simple, and some of it is you're like.
Is there a time limit on this?
I took mine pretty fast.
There is a time limit on it.
There is a time limit? Yes, ma'am.
I'm a fast
FedEx.
texter.
Taste tester.
Test taster. You want to be on a podcast?
No.
You sure?
I look like poop today.
Well, when you come back and you're not looking like poop, let us know. We'll put you on. Merry Christmas or Happy New Year. Be safe, stay sober. That's for Jed. He just asked me about that. So, anyways, I'm sure there is a time. I'm a fast tester, anyways, because I'm not going to learn anything while I'm either know it or I don't know it.
I remember taking the SATs in high school. I took it as a freshman, and like every single like section, I was just sitting there waiting with like 15, 20 minutes left.
Yeah, I'm not a slow. Are you a real slow, methodical test taker?
I ain't taken a test in a while. I don't think so. I breezed through college.
Yeah, you did. You're a smart kid. I'm at 117 was my unofficial one. I think on a test sitting down, I think I could hit in the 120s, but I don't see me going up to. I'm getting old now.
Anything over 100 is good.
Yes. Yeah, because I know some people that definitely are going to be in the double digits.
Probably going to be me at the end of this thing.
I employ plenty of them.
Have you ever
So do
asked
we.
him? You ever asked him a simple question of who killed John F. Kennedy?
I've asked questions like that.
And does it blow your mind how
Yes.
uneducated people are?
Well, now granted too, man, I got a lot of young guys working for me.
but when I was young, I knew a lot of this stuff that kids today
the,
don't.
the education system isn't like it. The education system isn't like it was when I was in school, and it sucked when I was in school. It was probably good when you were in school.
I don't know about that. There was a lot of dumb people. But we had segregation in our class. I'm not talking about colors. I'm talking about dumb kids and smart kids.
Yeah.
We had, at my elementary, we had a smart class and we had the slower class.
We kind of did too.
And so you taught to the level like when those kids would have to mix with us and do something, the Boomsuckers are way behind. We learned this shit in September and October, and here it is, April, and you're like, wow. And even when I was in high school, they had resource classes. We had All-American high school running back. This sucker was reading Dr. Seuss when we were seniors.
Yeah.
And he was passing all his classes. And I'm thinking, that's going to catch up to him somewhere down the road. No, it did.
Yeah.
But it's crazy the young people, what they don't know, because we asked it around here, and I was really surprised. Now, a lot of them on the JFK question was the CIA, and I thought, well, that's correct. Yeah. I can't argue with you on that. But what was it they didn't know that really surprised me?
JFK was one.
It was who killed Lee Harvey Oswald.
And then who killed Lee Harvey Oswald?
And that was just completely, he died? I mean, they didn't.
See,
you don't know who killed Lee Harvey Oswald?
I get all the names mixed up because it's always like 3 name killers, but no, I can't remember. He walked up and shot him in the head with a pistol, right?
Shot him in the gut, I thought. Jack Ruby.
Jack Ruby.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, shot him in the gut, I think. But it was interesting. But Lee Harvey Oswald killed a cop. A lot of people don't realize that he caught a cop. He killed a police officer in South Oak Cliff that day going into a theater. So I'm not saying he shot the gun. I believe that. I'm not saying he killed Kennedy, but he thought that he killed Kennedy for sure. I really believe that.
Well, so what was it? He shot from a hotel or whatever, and then
Book depository.
and then got caught in a theater.
Yep.
And John Wilkes Booth shot Lincoln in a theater and got caught like basically in the same spot that.
Yeah.
It was like reverse.
Yeah. You're an East Coast guy, so have you been to where the Ford Theater?
No, I have not.
Me and Michelle went to the Ford Theater, and then we went across the street to where Lincoln died at. Mm-hmm. And all I could picture was this little 5'3" bed with this 6'5" guy in it. And I thought, that some bitch was uncomfortable when he died. That's all I could think about was his old legs all curled up like that. And they supposedly had the same blood stains on the sheets and shit. I'm thinking,
that's crazy.
I don't know if that's really the same blood stains, because I don't think in 1860 somebody was really worried about preserving shit for historic moments.
Man, I don't know with a president of his like historical significance and everything that he did in his presidency, I still think there's people throughout history that would have had wherewithal to save something like that. I mean, because look at the Egyptians and how they preserved everything for the pharaohs and whatnot.
Yeah.
There's something to say about that. I know that when we went in the White House, there's a painting in the White House, and I think it's right before you go into the Oval Office. It's a big painting of of George Washington, and I think he's on a horse, if I'm not mistaken. But when the English burned down the White House in the War of 1812, they took that. Dolly Madison went and took that off the frame, and she cut it out and rolled it up and put it in her dress and left with that. And that's one of the few remaining artifacts from the original White House.
Yeah,
which I thought was a pretty interesting deal by itself. Let's talk about you're a smart guy. What's your thoughts on the pyramids? What do you think? How do you think they were built?
Honestly, absolutely no clue. Can't even venture a guess. The only thing that seems reasonable would be that they essentially, I think like there's a theory that they built them from the top down and excavated the sand as they built it.
I've never heard that theory, but that's pretty interesting.
There's something to that point, or they, I can't remember what the theory is, whether they built it from the top down and excavated as they went down, or they built it from the bottom up and then kept building sand up around it to pull the blocks up, and then when they were finished, excavated the sand once again.
They did
there's something like that. And that would be the only plausible theory that I would have, other than maybe ramps and pulley systems. I don't think it's aliens.
What's it called when they before they frack, they go in and they take a sonogram of the ground? It's not a it's an X-ray of the ground, and there's a name for it, and I can't think of what the hell it is.
I can't remember either.
Anyways, they shake the ground and they do something. Anyways, supposedly they've done that under the pyramids, and there's these big columns, and that's the very top of these big, huge columns. They're thousands of feet underground, they say, and that would be an interesting if that's true, but. I have a hard time because they say that I've never seen the pyramids, and there was a time I wanted to. Now I have no desire to go to the Middle East at all. Yeah. But at one time I'd like to see them. But they say that if you did the engineering,
2,100 feet down are these 8 vertical cylinder shaped shafts.
Yes,
with a spiral pathway,
and that's crazy to think of. But these things are within thousandths of an inch of perfect symmetry. Mm-hmm. Same with Chichen Itza at the Mayan ruins and stuff. And what's the one in South America? Puka Chica or Puka, whatever the hell it is down there. All these things built thousands and thousands of years ago are so good engineered. Mm-hmm. And then you come to 1650s, and we got Comanches and Apaches hadn't even invented a wheel yet, and they're dragging people behind on sleds. Something was lost.
So, I mean, there's that theory that that civilization was... basically like Atlantean civilization, and it grew to a point where it just couldn't sustain itself anymore, and then there was like a massive die-off and a loss of all this technology. Joe Rogan talks about it all the time. I don't know that I necessarily believe in that. I don't think enough time has passed in the history of the world. I mean, because if you believe the Bible, which I do, the Earth's not that old for us to have gained all this technology, lost it, and then gotten back to where we are, but not anywhere to the level of that.
Because the Bible, I'm trying to remember this. It's like 13,000 years, isn't it?
Yes.
If you look at if you follow the Bible from Genesis,
from Adam and Eve to today.
No, I can't remember. I think it's like 13,000 years. It's called the Young Earth theory, I believe.
But wouldn't you go from Adam and Eve? That's the start of man, right?
Yes, yeah.
So right. I don't know how far before Christ we go.
Yeah, because that would be the start of civilization, is Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Whether the world was there for however long before it, there was no civilization, there was no technology.
Right. So Adam and Eve, whatever year that happened, because we're in year 2025. So we're 2,000 years after Jesus left the earth.
Yep.
So how many years before that? You're saying it was 11,000?
Yeah, it's 10,000 years. 6,000 to 10,000 years is if you go off of the literal translation of the Bible.
So let's just say
about 10,000 years.
Let's just say 12,000 years total. Adam and Eve were here 12,000 years ago.
No, total 10,000.
Oh, so Adam and Eve would have only been 8,000 then.
I guess.
So 8,000 years. So the Earth's been here for 10 years. Payne and me were talking about something the other day. We were talking about the atmosphere in Venus, and I think it was Saturn's one's got the rings on it, right?
Yep.
Maybe it was Venus then. There was some video that came back 10 years ago from the Voyager, one of those things NASA put up there. And it shows it, and then it just, because it melts itself, or not melts, sulfuric acid or something is on there, and it just eats itself away. And he was telling me about the Hubble telescope or something that's way out there, and it's sitting back. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand the concept of, I'm way too stupid to this. I don't understand the concept of seeing stuff that happened years and years ago because of the speed of light.
Why don't you understand that?
I just can't wrap around here that you can see the past or the future.
You're looking at the past whenever you see the sun. You're looking at 7 minutes in the past.
I understand that, but that's just...
So you just multiply it. That's all it is. It's just that's however many light years away. So that light, when it hits your eyes, has been traveling for that many years. So if you got something that's 10 light years away, it took that light 10 years for it to reach your eyes. Same as the sun, 7 minutes. It's just multiplied.
I understand the concept. I have a hard time thinking that you can see something that happened a long time ago because you're so far away. So we started talking about our not atmosphere. What do you call our solar system? Mm-hmm. And he goes, "There's other solar systems out there."
What?
What? How do we know that? And how do we? I mean, they're light years and light years and light years away. So how do we know that?
Because we have telescopes that can see them.
Yeah, you can see it's just like the Milky Way.
Whether they're still there technically now, we don't know, because they might have been destroyed, and we're just getting...
That's the deal. It's hard for my dumb ass to understand all that shit. I do not understand. I understand the concept.
Yeah.
It's just hard for me to reasonably accept that is the way it is, just because it doesn't seem real to me. Does that make sense? It's kind of like that show Interstellar, and you probably liked Interstellar.
I didn't watch it.
Okay, we talked about this or not, didn't we? Did we
No.
talk about it with you? Talk about it with Eric, my nephew. He thinks it's great. Payne thinks it's great. I think it's absolutely horseshit of a show. Do you like it?
I saw it one time.
No, that's all it took for me. I did not like it. Payne thinks it's just a masterpiece, and so does my nephew Eric, and they're both a lot alike. Both Brady.
Who was the main character? Or the
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. Okay.
And it's about what we're talking about. It was terrible. I watched it, and I had to watch it because I was asked to watch it, and I was like, "This sucks. Show sucks." I mean, it just didn't even really pull me in because it was so weird. But everybody that I know that's a brainy nerd type person just thinks it's a great movie.
It's you always throw me off when you call things shows that are movies.
Well, okay, it's a movie.
Yeah.
Is
Oh, but yeah, like every time, this show, I'm like, that's a movie.
yeah, okay, a movie, picture show. It was originally a picture show. Now it's a movie. But yes,
And if you're artsy, it's a film.
a film. That's right. And this is a film that I would not watch again. That a lot of people love. But it's a very deep thinking movie. I don't want to go to movies and have to think. Does that make sense?
So
I
you,
wanna-
you didn't like, you definitely didn't like Inception then.
I don't think I saw Inception.
And then Tenet either.
I didn't see Tenet.
I didn't see Tenet.
I liked Tenet. I didn't think it was as good as I expected it was going to be. Inception's awesome.
Well, what's that? Who's in
I
that?
love Inception.
Oh, Inception's like star-studded.
Who is it?
Hold that a little bit closer to you.
It was
Leo DiCaprio.
yeah, Leo was the main character. But
Tom Hardy.
What's it about?
they go into people's dreams and
Oh, yeah,
play
you've-
memories and everything.
You've lost me.
But they can alter reality and everything within their dreams and
Yeah.
whatnot. It's a badass movie.
Sounds bad to me. Yes.
No,
But the same
it's good.
guy that directed Inception directed Interstellar.
Oh, there you go.
Christopher Nolan.
Gotcha. That's you
Yeah,
don't have
but
to
he
say-
also,
But he also did
He
Batman.
also did all the badass
I'm not-
Batmans with Christian Bale.
You know what's crazy about all these movies? I'm not into any of the superheroes. Like there's a show on.
Batman's
or
not
it's-
a superhero.
No,
He's a regular guy with a lot
No, he's
of
not a
money.
regular guy at all.
He is too a regular guy. That's what makes him Batman.
Well,
He's a billionaire.
He's
yeah,
a
so
billionaire.
that's not a regular guy.
He's a regular dude that just
has
is
great
jacked.
toys.
Yeah.
The only one of those
Doing shit on his spare time.
The only movies that I like that's a comic movie like that, or not comic, but from comic books, is Iron Man, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
basically the same deal as Batman.
Yeah, Robert. Yeah, but he
He's got
built
a
a
suit.
better suit.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is hard to not like. He's such
he
a cool
played-
story.
He
Anyways,
played a great character in that.
he does, but I'm not real big anything that's a fan that's kind of weird like that, like any of the superhero shit. And I don't like that. There's a show on Netflix now, a series, and it's about going back in time, but they time travel, and it's a great show except the time travel, and it just loses me. I can't think of it. It's not Walking.
Did you watch Stranger Things?
I have not watched the part 2. I watched part 1 of the last season.
I haven't seen any of the new one. I've
Okay.
heard the second installment is trash.
That's what I've been seeing on social media, but I haven't watched any. So
I've watched the first four seasons, right? Mm-hmm. I got all caught up, and then these dropped, Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yep.
But I hadn't. I'm gonna wait until February. I owe it to myself to finish it because I've watched 4 seasons, but I've not been hearing anything good about it.
The very first one, somehow we were in Oklahoma hunting, I think, when it come out, and they were talking about it, and so I thought, I'm gonna try to watch this crap. It's not my kind of movie, and I actually really liked it.
Not a movie.
Or show series, and I was really surprised. It was really good. I liked it, and then when the season 2 came out, I thought, ooh, I like this. I liked the first one because it brought me back to a time in my life when it was the 80s, my time.
Yep.
So I had a connection there. Season 2, I watched 1, maybe 2 episodes. Never will turn it on again.
See,
Just
I
does
like-
not do nothing for me.
I like season 2 and season 3 better than season 1, honestly. Season 1 was good. I mean, it's what gets you hooked. But then the season 2, I thought was probably the best. And then, a step under it was season 3, then season 1. Season 4 has been kind of a disappointment. But
The one storyline, unless they're gonna tie it together in this last season, when she was like off with that other person that could do what she did, when she was like a runaway or whatever, like that storyline just disappeared.
it was a throwaway storyline and has never come back.
But I don't know if like they're gonna tie it back to her at the
Yeah.
at the end.
Who knows?
I don't know.
It was just, she was another one of the experiments. Just like
Right.
like Vecna's number 1.
Right.
She was just another number.
But like kind of like you said, it's just like a throwaway storyline with a main character.
It was probably the worst storyline of the entire series.
yeah,
They didn't put a lot of money into that either, did they?
400 million.
Oh,
This
yeah,
last
a
season?
lot.
No
Yeah.
shit. The first season though seemed like a damn Blair Witch Project type deal.
Now they wanted to film it in a style that looked like it was filmed in that time period. They wanted that nostalgia.
They
that
did
drew
it then.
you in.
Yeah, they did that.
Because I mean, David Harbour was fairly well known. What's the mom's name? I mean, she's a big name actress.
Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder. Yeah,
she's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Now everybody else was pretty much unknown other than Patton Oswalt, but he's like a B tier, comedian. And
Patton Oswalt's in it.
yeah,
The goofy dude from King of Queens.
No,
yeah,
That's Patton Oswalt.
no,
guy
it's,
that plays
it's the guy from Rudy. It's who I think it's who you're
That's
thinking
not
of.
Patton Oswalt's
No,
the
it wasn't-
dipshit
it wasn't
that's on
Patton
King of
Oswalt.
Queens. It's a liberal.
it was.
Rudy guy, the Rudy kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kid that was on Hobbit and all that other
kinda
shit.
looks like him. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like him a little bit.
Yeah. You're right.
what's
It's
his
not
name?
Patton Oswalt, but it is. Yeah.
He's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, he's in Rudy. He's in 51st Dates and all that other stuff.
Plays the hair lip brother.
Yes. Yep. Him. What is going to be an acceptable end to Stranger Things? Because I think I'm going to be pissed if like it's all just like a game of Dungeons and Dragons. Like if they flash back to when they were kids.
What if it's just a dream?
That's going to piss me off. Because that's what it all centers
Jess
around.
over there channeling his Biggie. It was all a dream.
It all centers around like Dungeons and Dragons, kind of.
Yes.
So like if it all flashes back to season 1 and they're just in the basement playing Dungeons and Dragons, I think I'm gonna be pissed.
No, So just from reading some stuff, I think a lot of it has to do with. I think Will's been possessed from season 1
Yeah.
by Vecna.
Now he's got that gay demon in him.
And then like there's some storyline of like they can't defeat Vecna until he like comes out to all his friends that he's gay. And, I mean, typical Hollywood bullshit. I guarantee you that's what it is.
I don't like girls. He had to tell that to like 11 people
Yeah.
in a room back in the 80s. You can't do that in the 80s, kid.
No.
You're gonna get slapped. You can't do that to a room full of people in the 80s. It's supposed to be a documentary, kid.
Did you watch the show, the series, excuse me? I don't even know what I'm supposed to say anymore. It's series.
Movie, series, show.
If it's a series, it's a movie. It's a show.
House of Dynamite.
House of
Wasn't
Dynamite.
that the name of it?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I think that's a movie though.
No, it's 4 series.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
4 seasons?
4 episodes.
4 episodes?
No.
It's great, but do not watch it.
What's it about?
It's about the world ending with missiles and the military and a president. And I'm telling you right now, it sucks your ass in, and it's 4 stories, and it's 11 o'clock at night. Me and Michelle are like, let's go, just watch one more. And we watch one more, and then, hold on just a minute. Yes, sir. Oh, if you just put it on my desk. Thank you very much. Y'all fixing to leave to go dove hunting?
Must have been a big tip.
Are y'all leaving to go dove hunting? Not yet. Okay, y'all just help yourselves, and he'll be back here at 6 to meet y'all for dinner. Thank you. And it sucks you in, it pulls you in. You're like, okay, one more. It's 12 o'clock now, one more. And then it's the last one. It's like, ooh, I can't wait for season 2 to come out. And it ends, and there's no ending. I mean, there's no closure. There's no nothing. And you get this, are you fucking kidding me?
Sopranos moment.
Yeah.
It just goes black.
Worse than that. And it's Michelle's like, are you serious, Jeff? I'm like, there's no way. So I'm on the line. I'm like, what the hell? And then I put on Facebook, I said, do not watch House of Dynamite. But everybody's like, boy, that so pissed me off. It sucks you in, and there's no ending.
Yeah.
And there's nothing. There's missiles fixing to hit Cleveland, Ohio, and people are scattering everywhere. And the president's taking people into the bunkers, and his wife's sick, and there's all these different stories. And she's in Africa, and it's no ending.
You sure there's no plan for a second season?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It absolutely. If it said
That's pretty
season
cool.
2 and stuff, no, it sucked because it sucks your ass in. And we both started watching. It was one of them deals where I'll start an episode or a series. And so you got me all screwed up now. I'm saying the wrong thing. I'll start a series, and Michelle will listen to it from her dressing room. And then she'll start asking me questions. Well, she's starting to get involved in this. And then she's in there sitting there watching, and then we're watching it together, and we're holding it while one of us, we're freeze it right now. I got to get to the bathroom and get something to drink, and we're both in it. and then all of a sudden
There are no plans for a sequel.
it's terrible. And it's a good show. That's what sucks. It was a really good show.
There's
And
been
for 4
some
hours.
shows. There's been some shows on TV that like got canceled, and they had ended the season on a cliffhanger. And I'm like, why would you cancel this? This
Yeah.
was so good.
But this wasn't a canceling deal.
Yeah.
That's what's. But someone they intention. This was the end.
Yeah.
And someone's at the end. Oh, that's a great ending.
But
to
that's
that.
right. That's probably why they've done it, because there's been so many shows
Everybody's
over the
talking
years
about it.
that got canceled, and everybody's like, no, why?
Right.
And they want people giving
get
that
pissed
like
off.
public discourse
Yeah.
and talking about it.
I need my Netflix season and Prime starts in February. Goose season. It's too cold. There's no tornado chase. I mean, me and Michelle watch a lot of. That's our time. We watch it. And I need some new series, and there's not very many of them that have come out because I've caught up on all the ones. I guess Peaky Blinders is fixed to a big movie,
Yep.
and I saw that. So I'm going to try to start watching Peaky Blinders because I can't get into it. I'm going to try it one more time because I did that on Hell on Wheels, and I absolutely loved it the second time. So I'm hoping Peaky Blinders that way because Andy just keeps telling me about how great Peaky Blinders is.
I love Peaky Blinders.
And I love Downton Abbey, and I love the God, what's it called? The Renaissance or whatever it is. They filmed it. It's a spinoff of Downton Abbey, but it's in America.
Okay.
And it's the Vanderbilt families, basically what it's based on. I love history ones, and I need more of that. And I liked American Primeval. I hope they come back with season 2 of that.
Did you ever watch? Well, no, you don't like science fiction stuff and everything, but Fringe.
No.
That was I started rewatching that because it's probably been, I don't know, 10 years since I watched it. It's only like 4 seasons, but I started watching that again, and it was a pretty cool show. It's about like fringe science and everything, and I think later on they get into aliens and whatnot. But it starts out on just fringe science, and it's pretty cool.
The last movie that I watched
Movie or show?
that was science fiction at all would have been one of the Star Wars with either the grandkids or kids at one time, because I just do not. And I watched one of the newer Star Wars, and it wasn't bad.
See, all the Star Wars fans absolutely hate all
it.
the new ones.
They like the old
hate
ones,
it.
like The Empire Strikes Back and the original?
They hated the new with was it Daisy Ridley
I have
as the
no
new
idea.
Skywalker, because it was like the Rise of Skywalker is kind of is like what it was leading up to, and it was basically it was like the Jedis had disappeared forever. There was no Force and no Jedis and whatnot, but then like one of Skywalker's kids, illegitimate kids or something, ended up showing up and bringing back the Force and learning how to use it. But it was kind of a weird premise.
Boy, I tell you what, you go to the Star Wars section at Disney World, there are some weirdos there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man, I'm telling you.
40-year-olds in cloaks is a sight to behold.
Harry Potter too, man.
I didn't
I
see as much in Harry
I saw
Potter.
a lot of kids in Harry Potter.
There's a lot of people like I know that are like my age.
Yeah.
That
With wands.
like dress up as Death Eaters and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I have a shooting buddy of mine back from from Pennsylvania, from around Philly, and he'll like dress up and go to conventions as a Death Eater and everything. And I'm like, that's crazy, man.
The people at Star Wars, Andy's right. There was some adults at whatever you would call it, Hogwarts or wherever, and buying their wands, but it was mostly kids, 12 and under type kids doing it. But the Star Wars deal was 40 to 25-year-old guys spending $300 or $400 on their custom-made lightsabers and shit. And they're flipping them
That's
switches
a
around.
big market now. Is those lightsabers
it's
for
crazy.
doing lightsaber duels and everything? So they're making like more durable
Duels.
ones. They're making more durable ones so they don't break and everything. But then they have like
You're fucking with me. They're really not doing duels.
Yes, absolutely. They have like lightsaber duel leagues and everything. But they so now they're getting into like the more realistic motion sensing and sounds and the way that it like lights up and
My kids have one of those. Or they got a couple years ago. Reese got one. But like you said, it does you move it and
and then they'll do the clutch
Yeah.
when you clash them against
when
each
you
other.
when you hit each
Yeah.
other, because I can remember them fighting in the living room and
I always think about freaking what's the show?
Big Bang.
Big Bang, and them idiots doing that stuff.
Well, like you've seen the medieval stuff that people do.
What are you talking about?
Was it like what's it called, like glorping or something?
Oh.
You talking about the people that go to
LARPing?
the Renaissance?
LARPing,
Yeah, live action
LARPing.
role play?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where they go to the Renaissance deals?
Yeah, and they'll have like fights.
Did you
and
ever watch
stuff
the
like
movie
that.
Role Models?
Yeah, I saw it.
I don't know if I did or not.
They were LARPing, and he's like,
LARPing.
"Now let us gingerly touch our tips."
So do they? I would like to really go watch some people do some real jousting.
Yeah,
I'd-
what
What was
medieval,
that show?
Medieval
times?
times.
Yeah,
Like really, people do it with really jousting
yeah.
shit.
You know that's a state sport in Maryland.
Is it?
Jousting?
Jousting.
Really?
Have you ever done it?
No.
They probably outlawed.
You know
it
how
a
much
long
that's
time
got to
ago.
hurt like hell. God Almighty.
Well, I mean, if you had plate mail, like if you had plate armor,
Mill chain?
Yeah. Well, no. Well, most of them were doing it like in like solid plate armor, weren't they?
yes, they would have
Yeah.
on their full arm. Them, you know, them suckers were hot, sweaty, you couldn't move.
Dude, the medieval times must have been such a stinky place.
God Almighty. Well, have you been to Alaska lately?
No.
Well,
I've actually never been to Alaska.
Coach Steele went to. He told me he went up there, went on a mission trip at this church, and he goes, "Those people definitely do not have the nostrils that we have." He said, "You can tell that bathing is not something that's on everybody's, daily.
Yeah.
It's on a weekly schedule, not a daily, and maybe monthly." But yeah, back then that stunk. That's what I think about. I was reading a book about the area over by Aspermont, Double Mountain. They had a big mountain man rendezvous there. Not rendezvous. That's where one of the last places they shot buffalo, and it had a big fort there. And I can't think of the name of it right now. But anyways, these people would come, and they basically moved Dodge City, Kansas to Aspermont, Texas. And they brought a lot of the whorehouses and the bar stuff and stuff. Them old women, there's some stinking ass nasty ladies.
Have you seen this video? It's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Oh, why don't I have sound? Hang on.
He's not athletic, but he's a nice guy.
Oh, shit. Why is it not playing?
Oh, it's playing all right.
No, I don't. Oh.
Fuck! No! Fuck! Stop doing full force! Fuck! You motherfucker! You freaking pants!
Stop doing full force!
Fuck! Dude! Fucking stop doing full force!
They got a bunch of videos of them doing this kind of shit. This is another one that's funny.
It's the war of attrition. Wars of attrition. Our war. Battle count. Guess what? The old days of the Sith Army.
Look at the comments.
Anger is not the way of a Jedi.
Luke Groundbreaker.
Okay. I hope you got that.
Oh, you good, bro?
Ouch. I hope you got that on film.
I think I did. You good, man?
I think I just shit myself.
Oh,
You know what?
Forgot's not broke his pose yet. He's still threatening to
He's still holding on.
I didn't know Stax had lightsaber duels.
Stop doing full force!
I love watching videos like that on YouTube just for the comments. It was like Luke Groundbreaker, General Grimace.
Fucking stop doing full force!
I don't do TikTok, but I look at reels every night, and I'm telling you, I watch these two dudes from Australia that beat the shit out of each other. They shoot balls at each other through slingshots and shit, and they hit each other with cattails and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they got millions of followers.
Yeah.
So I told Tony the other day, I said, "Listen, I got an idea.
Start letting me hit you.
Let me get a slingshot and we can hit you all the time with shit." Ain't happening. I said, "Tony, these people are making a lot of money off of this." He goes, "Hell no, I'll shoot you." I said, "Well, I'm the smarter one here. I'm not doing that shit." But I mean, they knock the shit out of each other. Like today, it was Christmas candy through a slingshot. You throw candy canes at someone at 50 miles an hour with no shirt on.
Yeah.
It fucking hurts. And they're just dumb. God Almighty, it was great.
It's amazing.
Let's talk football.
It's amazing the dumb stuff people can make money at
Oh,
these days.
and there's a lot
All
of it. Speaking of dumb, we're going to talk about podcast stuff now. We'll talk football. Andy, you're right. You called it yesterday. You said the NFL set up
It's
if
rigged.
Cleveland beats Pittsburgh.
It's
rigged.
rigged.
I don't think it's rigged, but so we've got Baltimore. We got two games of significance in all of 18. That's it. Just two games. We got Baltimore and Pittsburgh to get in the playoffs, and we got Seattle and San Francisco to whoever. What's the third one?
Bucks and Panthers.
That's right. So if the Panthers win, they're in. If Tampa Bay wins, they're in.
Yep.
So we got three games of significance out of 16 games. We got three that actually count. That's actually better than I thought it would be. Do you think Baltimore beats Pittsburgh?
It's in Pittsburgh.
With Huntley playing. I mean,
Is Lamar not playing again?
I think they're getting ready to trade him, right?
They'd like to, but I don't know if they're making a trade for him.
I mean,
Dolphins.
Jets.
They're that's right there. They just don't know how to get their own way.
Yeah.
If Baltimore's willing to trade Lamar Jackson, there's a reason why. You don't trade a guy that's a 2-time MVP if you think he's got something in his tank to win it still. And he's looked like crap all year long. He can't move no more. Or if he can, he's not moving much more. I don't know.
He's been banged up all year.
But
I mean, I don't think he lost that much of a step.
I mean, I don't know. But there's obviously he's not done very well.
Yeah.
Would you trade him if you were Baltimore if he had anything left?
I would.
If he's got anything left?
Yes. Because I don't think they have the team to win a championship right now. So trade him, get a haul, develop a new quarterback now, in the future, whatever, tank for a year and then, get one, but develop the team to where you bring in a good rookie quarterback and within 2 to 3 years you can be competing for a championship. That's the tried and true formula for Super Bowl wins. I mean, it's basically, you go back, look at the last 20, 25 years outside of Brady, and Brady was taking pay cuts all the time.
Yeah.
So it's essentially the same blueprint because you had a superstar quarterback that was willing to take pay cuts.
The last quarterback to get traded somewhere that made a significant spot was when Peyton Manning went to Denver, and they didn't win the Super Bowl because of Peyton Manning. They won it because of Denver. No, but that where someone went and picked up a veteran quarterback
Tom
outside.
Brady.
But besides Brady, you said Brady.
Yeah.
The last one was Peyton Manning, and Denver won it because of their defense, not because
They
of him.
won it despite of Manning.
Right, but they won that. But that's exactly right. Manning was not good. The first year there, he was really good.
Yeah, and
Didn't they
lost.
win like
Yes.
13-9 or something like that?
Yes.
Isn't that the Super Bowl that
I
they
think
won?
Von Miller had 5 sacks or something on Cam Newton. But that's the only time ever. But if you're going to give a haul to Lamar Jackson,
Wait a minute.
Go ahead,
Matt
what is it?
Stafford.
Yeah.
yeah, I
got
guess
a Super Bowl out of
they
the deal.
traded
They
Matt
didn't do it
Stafford
the
and got
first
the
year
Super-
though. They won it the second year, I think, with him.
Well,
Yeah,
you
but
just
still.
said-
Right, but Jared Goff's been good for Denver. I mean, for Detroit. Detroit done a lot better with Jared Goff than they ever did with Stafford. I'm not saying he's better than Stafford. I'm just saying there was a lot better football team around him.
If they would have, I was about to say, if they'd have put that team around Stafford, they probably would have won the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
And I'm not taking away from Stafford. He's a good quarterback. But if you're going to give a haul to Lamar Jackson, wouldn't you give it to Joe Burrow instead in Cincinnati? That's what I would do.
But they're not going to trade him.
I don't know. I think he's on the trade block just like Lamar Jackson.
He's
I
not
don't
for
think
sale.
so.
That's all Cincinnati has.
I agree with
And
you.
here's my thing. No, I would not.
You would rather have Lamar Jackson in trade because of Joe Burrow's injuries?
Yes. I've always been on the fact that Joe Burrow is overrated. He was overrated in college. He's overrated in the NFL. He's fragile. The best ability is availability. He can't stay on the field. He's always had the best core of wide receivers that you could ever have money buy around him, even at LSU. He couldn't even make it off the bench in Ohio State. He had to move to get playing time because he couldn't beat out Ohio State quarterbacks who are garbage.
I think he's a lot better than garbage. I think he's pretty good. If I was making that trade and I was an NFL GM, he would be who I would go get over Lamar Jackson. Because
think
Lamar Jackson hasn't been a beacon of health either
I think Joe Burrow's more popular than Lamar Jackson too, though.
Yeah.
with his teammates.
No,
With
I
the
think
city.
with like
Do
Cincinnati.
people don't like Jackson?
I think there is a lot of people in Baltimore that do, but I think there's a lot of people in Maryland outside of Baltimore that want somebody who is a better game manager than athlete.
I think if Lamar Jackson,
You got to remember they won 2 Super Bowls with Joe Flacco, and they
Yeah.
won a Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer.
Dilfer.
So
if Baltimore loses to Pittsburgh this week, it might be the end of Jackson there, and it may not be. I don't know. But if Lamar Jackson doesn't do something in the next 2 years, he is not a Hall of Fame quarterback.
no,
With 2 MVPs.
Was he ever?
Michael. I mean,
Well,
Michael,
he had 2
Michael
MVPs
Vick's
right.
not.
He had 2 MVPs right off the bat, and so that's most guys that get 2 MVPs are going to end up being a Hall of Fame type quarterback if you're a quarterback. How many other MVPs have won
Gotta win a
multiple
Super Bowl.
How many quarterbacks have won 2 MVPs haven't made the Hall of Fame?
Dan Marino made the Hall of Fame, but
Yeah.
but Dan Marino was
Never won a
literally-
Super Bowl.
He is the best. I
Yeah.
mean, he is the absolute best quarterback to never win a Super Bowl.
You got like Dan Marino had records attached
Yeah.
to his name.
For
Lamar
years.
Jackson has none
but
of that.
name,
Well,
but,
he's got rushing records for quarterbacks.
name a quarterback with 2 MVPs that are not a Hall of Fame quarterback. It's impossible. You're not going to find one.
Trying to think somebody that had kind of a shortish career.
I'm thinking about. I didn't say one. I said 2 MVPs.
Yeah.
because people have freak years, but 2 MVPs did not end up getting in the Hall of Fame. It ain't happening. Or they haven't got in there yet. Aaron Rodgers.
But Aaron Rodgers will be a Hall of Famer because he's
Easily.
got a Super Bowl win,
Yep.
too.
You know? Who's won? Phillip Rivers maybe won 1 MVP.
Oh, no. Never mind. Jim Plunkett's not in. He's got 2 Super Bowls, but not an MVP.
Yeah, it was, I mean,
He was
and
really
that's
good,
I always
too.
say,
But his first 4 or 5 years in the NFL, he was not very good. He got a resurgence with the Raiders.
See, I would have said Matt Stafford was a Hall of Famer even if he didn't win a Super Bowl.
He should be, but so should Phillip Rivers.
And I think Phillip Rivers will go in.
I don't.
And he does not. I think number-wise, his numbers are better. Peyton are better than
Better than
Eli's.
Eli,
But
yeah.
Eli won 2 Super Bowls thanks to David Tyree.
Yeah, with 2 freak plays.
Yep. But the chances that he's still going to get in the Hall of Fame probably.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think. I hope that Phillip Rivers gets in, but I don't know that it'll happen.
We're gonna have to wait 5 more years.
5 more
now.
years. So
Hey, you know what he did secure though? 5 more years of health insurance.
who out of the college games this week? Do you see any big upsets? I'll ask you the games.
Well, let's
Yeah,
see.
what are-
Let's look at the line first.
Ohio State plays Miami. I think Ohio
That'd be
State
my
wins. You think Miami upsets them?
Yeah, that would be my one upset that I could see happening.
Okay.
Well, maybe. You know what? What? Ole Miss on? No, Ole Miss doesn't have a head coach.
I don't think Ole Miss can beat Georgia.
They don't have a head coach. I think if Lane Kiffin was there, I think they could.
I think Alabama beats Indiana.
I don't.
I do. And I think that Tech beats Oregon, and that's my heart playing, but I think Tech's defense is good enough.
I think Oregon beats Tech, and Oregon's the favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm taking I think Bama's going to beat Indiana.
I mean, I guess that would be your one.
Bama's +7, so Bama's a touchdown underdog.
Yeah.
Tech is a 2.5 point underdog. Ole Miss is a 6 point underdog,
I mean,
and Miami's a 9.5 point underdog.
yeah. I mean, I'm picking the biggest dog. I really like that Miami team. I think they can play with anybody any given day. It just depends on which Miami team shows up. And I mean, that's the same thing with Alabama. I mean, I'm not saying Alabama can't beat Indiana. I think if they play 10 times, Indiana beats them 7 out of 10.
I think Bama out athletes them.
I don't think Bama has athletes that they always did.
They don't have the depth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
NLL's raw
I
to
love
death.
it. No, I love it. I love NIL for that reason because it's made more parity in college football.
Oh, a bunch more.
That's true.
It's ruined college basketball because there's no Cinderella stories no more.
Yeah.
So if you're at Murray State and you're a 6'9" power forward that grew 6 inches in your sophomore to junior year,
You're going to transfer.
all of a sudden you're going, well, damn, somebody wants to pay me $300,000 a year to play basketball. Murray State ain't. So those schools can't build a program no more.
Yeah.
Anybody that's good that comes on is going somewhere else. And you can't blame a kid in basketball, especially how many kids get drafted to the NBA that are actually Americans now? 4? I mean, it's a European league.
Yeah, I mean it's getting there. I mean there's definitely a lot more that are actually turning out to be good players in the NBA than used to be, because it used to be you would get these great European players and then they couldn't deal with the NBA with the physicality and the athletes there.
The game has changed.
Yes,
Because I watched
more of an outside game.
I watched that Wemby guy the other day, and he was Draymond Green was banging on him and getting kind of frustrated and shit. And this guy's 7'6", and you're trying to post up at 6'8" and 6'9", and you're getting physical with him, and then they just do an alley oop over the top of you, and he catches it and slam dunks, and then you get a foul. And I thought, I would love to have seen Shaq play against a guy like that, because Shaq would have booty bumped him clear into the third
yeah.
row, but Shaq couldn't have covered him on the outside.
No, and I think Wemby is I did not expect him to hold up to an entire NBA season the way that he has, and it's really shocked me. But the skills that he has, like the handles that he has at 7'6", is insane.
No, he plays like he's 6'3".
Yeah,
You just don't. And like I said, I don't watch basketball no more, but basketball changed from getting to watch Larry and Magic bang, and I really liked basketball then, and there was a lot of physicality, and it was a team deal. And now nobody plays defense hardly at all, and they all can shoot from half court, and it's just a whole different game.
it's a more analytical game. I think the passing is better now than it ever has been.
I think all things is that way.
Yeah.
Football, baseball. I think baseball, the pitchers are probably better than they used to be. We just don't notice it. Or the hit. I mean, the problem
Yeah.
with baseball is, though,
I think the hitters are worse than they ever have been.
Or is pitching better?
Because the pitching is so good. I think that's why everybody's gone to this hit a home run or strike out deal, because that's the only way to score, because it's so hard to string hits together anymore, even for the contact hitters. These pitchers, well, it used to be a phenomenon if anybody was throwing 98 to 100. Well, now they're throwing 103 with movement. Like I faced a kid throwing 98 in high school, straight as an arrow, had no movement whatsoever. Went 3 for 4 off of him and put 2 off the fence. I mean, it was easy to hit. But now these guys are throwing 97 to 103, and they're getting 12 inches of movement out of the ball. I mean, how are you going to consistently hit that when it's the hardest thing in sports to do is hit a round ball with a round bat and make it go straight?
Well, I'm going to tell you what, back in the day when Nolan Ryan was on, it was pitched to see if he was going to have to throw a no-hitter or not. Mm-hmm. When he had his curveball working, there ain't nobody sitting in when a guy's throwing the ball 100 miles an hour and he throws a 92-mile-an-hour curveball that's coming at you, and you dive out of the way, and that somebody just falls right into the deal.
Well, look at Paul Skeens. I mean, I think his slider's like over 90 mile an hour.
Yeah.
And it's just wicked.
He won the Cy Young this year too, didn't he?
I
think he did. I read it.
closely.
I was listening to something the other day, and they were talking about Cy Young winner, and I didn't. Like I said, I don't watch baseball no more.
And what's crazy is because you had to make, I think it was this season. You had to make a case for wins don't matter when you're on a shitty team. It has to go by stats because his win-loss record was terrible, and he had an ERA like 1 point something.
Yeah, terrible team.
He lost so many. He would give up one run and he'd lose the game.
I guess I tell you what. My last baseball conversation, me and Steve Barber had one, and Steve always enlightens me with his wisdom. And he says that the Chinese guy is not the best player in baseball, and I said bullshit.
Ohtani?
Yeah, I said that's the best player. I said that guy might be the best player in the history of baseball.
He's an MVP hitter and a Cy Young winner in one
Steve,
body. Yeah.
I said, we're talking about Mickey Mantle, Babe Ruth, and Nolan Ryan combined into one player.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you've got. The guy is an amazing baseball, and he's big. Bryce Elder was telling me, he says, he's not a little guy.
He's huge.
Yeah, he says, he's a big man. I'm thinking of Hideki Nomo or whatever his name was that used to pitch for the freaking Dodgers and was 5'10" and probably weighed 200 pounds. Like David Cone out there. This guy's a monster.
Yeah. Oh, put him next to Aaron Judge. He's the same size.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, I mean, he's built like a linebacker.
Yeah.
Dude is huge.
So who did Steve think the best was?
Well, he was one probably back, Johnny Bench, Willie Mays. I mean, a lot of players.
Oh, I thought you meant today's
No,
baseball.
we didn't even. But I said that Tawny, that's his last name, right?
Yeah.
I said he arguably is the greatest player to ever play the game.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's nobody else done all the things that he has. Now, I'm not saying Mickey Mantle was not a great baseball player, and if Mickey Mantle, if they'd had the surgery they had today, would have probably been the greatest player to ever play the game offensively.
Yeah.
And he's a great defensive player too. But this guy here can pitch, hit, and do everything. That's just crazy. It's Bo Jackson tied in with everybody else defensively and can throw and he's a stud.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think if they'd have let Ichiro pitch, he would have gone down as one of the best players
He'd
ever.
still bat 300 if he's playing today.
I don't know about that, but
Shit, I don't know.
I think his last season
he
he batted like 270, but
he had bad eyesight that day. His glaucoma was taken. Fucker 65.
But he legitimately, so he had his own swing because he wanted to get on base. He legitimately could have hit 25 to 30 home runs a year and batted 250. And every one of his hitting coaches ever has said that. They're like, he could have batted 250 and hit 30 home runs a year if he wanted to.
Yeah, but he'd rather bat 350.
He'd rather bat 350 and accidentally hit 5 home runs a year. Yeah.
And steal bases. Boy, he was fast. He was
And he had a
stud.
cannon.
Yeah,
Absolute ropes from the outfield.
Yeah, he was a hell of one. He came over. I think he was the first really great player to come over.
He was the first one I remember.
And he came over old. I mean,
Yeah, he was
over
30 years old.
Like late 20s, like 28, 29, I think.
Yeah, he was. Well, he played till he's about 55. You look him up right now. I bet his last year playing, I bet he was 40 plus years of age.
I was going to say probably 42.
He was good. He was damn good. So anyway, so you're
Suzuki.
okay. Super Bowl picks, Trevor. Since we're not doing a pick 'em contest, we got John Manning going to come on, Mr. Niner, for his football picks on Thursday. Who's your pick to go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl? Because this year I think there's not a clear cut.
Man, I really like the Rams right now out of the NFC.
Seattle gets no love.
They're great. I just think push comes to shove, you put that pressure on Sam Darnold, and he's never been in a position like that. Matt Stafford has.
He's won more games than anybody the last 2 years. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's wild.
He's won 26 games, I think, in the last 2 seasons.
Look at all the quarterbacks that come out of the Jets and then go have good seasons. And that's why I'm saying they need to go get somebody established because they can't develop quarterbacks.
I'm surprised Baker Mayfield never played for the Jets. Carolina had Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, and they stuck with Bryce Young.
Yeah.
And he's not looking bad.
Yeah,
But
not looking good.
He's not. He's Kyler Murray. He's never gonna
He's
get
not
you over
even
the
that
top.
good. He can't even put up Kyler Murray numbers. At least Kyler Murray put up numbers. He didn't put up wins, but he put up numbers.
I'm not going to disagree. Not going to debate that. So so the Rams, or you're picking the AFC or
And
the
the
NFC?
NFC.
Who's your AFC?
Man, it's so hard right now. I really want to say. I'm not going to say who I really want to say because I don't want to jinx it.
The Buffalo Bills,
No.
New England.
Yeah. But
They got a good team.
yeah, they're injured right now. But the nice thing is they already clinched. They can sit everybody this last week and get healthy.
Who's got the 1 seed in the AFC?
Right now, it's the Broncos.
That's right.
So they could be playing for a first round bye, but they're so beat up right now. I honestly
At
don't
least they
know.
won't have to leave Boston until the AFC Championship game.
Correct. And that's assuming that Denver
I don't have a lot of faith in
gets
Denver.
through there.
either.
Yeah, I think they're the most fraudulent 13-3 team ever.
Their division is pretty weak when you have the Raiders and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chief fans, but that's the truth.
Oh yeah, Chiefs were a garbage fire this year.
Who do you picking, Andy?
I really hope Buffalo can do it. If there's a year you got, I said this before. You got Mahomes out of the way. Burrow's not making it in.
Buffalo can't score the last 2 weeks.
No, they've been terrible.
Josh Allen cost a lot of people some fantasy championships.
I
those
just
2 weeks.
really hope
You-
that it's Josh Allen.
Yeah,
Cost Tony one.
and then I tell you what, he cost me a bunch of playoff games, and then the one I played him against him in the championship game this week, and he did fine.
We
He
have
got-
13 points.
He had 20 some in our league. We have some crazy scoring in our league. I'm going to score 260 points and probably lose by 60.
Oh, that is a lot of scoring. But he's so your picks is
My heart says Buffalo. My head says it's probably not going to be them.
who's your NFC team?
I got to go with Trevor. Like the Rams are just looking like the real deal.
I wouldn't put nothing over Philadelphia again because their defense is really stepping up now.
Do you think yesterday was just a rain?
Well, they
Went it
they
like
still
13
won.
to 10?
Yeah, but they played really good. The rain was terrible. It was pouring down rain. Should have been a snowstorm.
13-12, wasn't it?
13-12.
It
Buffalo,
was low
Yeah,
scoring.
'cause
Buffalo
Buffalo
went
went
for
for
two to win the
To
game.
win the game.
Oh,
Last play of the game, and Josh Allen had him open and missed the throw. I mean, it was on him.
I mean, they scored. They pushed against the Eagles and got the touchdown. Except Josh Allen had already scored before the guy even got his hands on him.
Yeah.
I was telling Jeff, I looked at tickets to that game. Reese is a
Boy,
big,
you're glad you did not
he's
go.
a big Eagles fan,
Yeah.
so I looked at tickets for that because I want to take him to see the Eagles play, but I don't want to go to Jerry's World. I don't
Definitely
really
don't go to Philadelphia.
I don't want to go to Philadelphia.
Worst fan base in the entire country,
Yeah,
and that's
like-
for every team.
Yeah.
The Phillies fans suck. The Flyers fans suck.
So,
The Eagles fans are the worst. And you got a big one coming. That's a buddy of mine. I talk trash to him all the
Oh,
time.
really?
Andrew Kern. Yeah, he's coming.
Yeah, he'll be here
Oh,
Sunday.
yeah.
Yeah, he's coming next week, and he's a huge Eagles fan.
I don't want to go to Lincoln. Like just the thought of taking he'll be 11-year-old through that mess of Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Like at least he'd have the right jersey on. Like God forbid we watched cheered for an opponent or whatever. So I was like, Buffalo would be a nice place to go watch a game. It's gonna be the last year of the stadium. It could be cool. And then I saw it was December 28th, and I was like,
yeah. I've never heard Buffalo would be a nice place to watch a game.
I think in
You
the
don't think so?
fall
In
it
the-
would be awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
September, October.
Yeah.
Well,
You-
and like it just being like the last year of having that stadium. I was like, if there was a time to go watch a game in Buffalo, it would be this year.
Historically, if you took a December 28th game, it's going to be like 5 degrees in the snow. And I'm going to tell you right now, you can tell we're having a hot summer. It poured down rain. If it would have been a normal winter, they'd have been a foot of snow during the game.
Yeah.
That would have been fun to be at least over in the rain. I'd rather be in the
yeah.
snow than rain.
Yeah.
What about next year? I think they play in Green Bay.
I don't know what this opponent. I could look up the.
I think it is. I
opponent.
think the NFC's play in the NFC North next year. Green Bay would be a cool place
That
to go to
would
a
be
game.
a great place to go to a game.
Yeah, because it's that the whole atmosphere outside would not be bad.
I don't know.
I just don't want to get hacked because he's gonna have his Eagles shit on. And
I don't think Green Bay would be bad. I wouldn't go to LA and
They're
I wouldn't
northern.
go to
They're
Philly.
polite.
Yeah, Minnesota wouldn't be a bad place to go watch a game. I wouldn't go to Chicago.
I don't think I'd go to Minnesota.
No, the Eagles played. Wait a second. Nah, the Eagles played in Green Bay this year.
Oh, they did.
you
I
missed
thought
your
they're not
chance.
playing the NFC North. Then
They
What do
play the AFC South and the NFC West.
Go to Houston.
That is in Philadelphia.
Oh, well, never mind.
Their away schedule is Arizona. No thanks.
How did they already have the schedule?
They just know
It's
the
their
teams.
opponents.
Oh,
They've got their opponents clear through 2028.
Yeah,
They just don't know the order.
yeah.
Okay.
Phoenix wouldn't be bad.
I don't want to go to fucking Phoenix to watch a football game. Arizona, Dallas, Jacksonville, Giants, San Fran. No thank you. Poop in the street. Tennessee, and then the Commanders. There
Tennessee.
is an NFC North team to be determined.
Tennessee.
I'd go to
for
Tennessee.
Sure. If it's in Nashville,
Philadelphia's first, which
But that
means
was
they're
a-
going to play
like-
Chicago.
I wanted to see a good. I don't want to go watch Cam Ward.
No.
Like I root for Josh Allen. Josh Allen's fun to root for.
What about Chicago? Because that's who they're going to play. Because they're the number one in the NFC East. They're going to play the number one. So it'll be
Let
Chicago.
me look at 2027. Maybe 2027.
I selfishly would say Tennessee because I got a buddy who works for the Titans in the scouting division.
They're back in Buffalo in 2027, so we can go to the new stadium. Get out of the rain. 3/4 of
It'll
it's
be snow
covered.
anyways. Anyways, that would
Well,
be a
not
cool
if
deal
they-
to go. So
not if
that's
they play in September.
So you're going Buffalo and the Rams.
My heart says Buffalo.
I'm asking who you think, not your heart.
I'll go with my heart. Buffalo and the Rams.
I'm going to take until someone beats Philadelphia. They're like Kansas City. I'm going to take Philadelphia in the playoffs till they lose. Their defense is really good, and Saquon gets going running the ball. I don't know. So
I don't trust Jalen Hurts.
Well, he's won one and lost one, but he's been there twice. So I'm taking them, and I'm going to go to in the AFC. I would love to see Buffalo, but I just don't deal. Denver. I don't dislike Denver, but Denver fans are about as pain in the ass as the Cowboy fans are. If you got somebody out here that's a Denver fan, that's it. And you'd never hear about it. 10 more years, it'd be Denver.
See, I've never experienced that.
Oh, Denver's out here. There's a lot of Denver fans. So I'm going to go.
I don't remember. I don't.
but they're-
notice
they're-
him being obnoxious though.
They're and they've got a really good football team.
They have a
Sean
really
Payton's
good
done
defense.
They have a great defense, but I'm gonna go with the boy Drake May. New England just really. Drake May is the next Josh Allen type guy.
Yeah.
I hope that it's. But I'll tell you what I would really love. I would love for Pittsburgh to do it with Aaron Rodgers, but
Not
they
gonna
just
happen.
don't have it.
They couldn't
And-
beat Cleveland.
Well, you know.
Well, they had the refs and the script. So
yeah. Well,
Worked against them.
the big problem going in that game was no DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
yes,
They
100%.
absolutely missed him last night, big time, and he's going to miss this week's game too.
Yep. That's
So-
why Baltimore's a 3.5 point favorite in Pittsburgh.
Just imagine though if the Browns have been starting Shadur from the
I
beginning
don't.
of the season, they'd have won the division.
No.
Oh yeah.
No,
They just beat the division leader.
they're not that good.
Their
He's-
defense is badass.
Their defense is always good.
Yeah, well, I mean, they started the year with Flacco, couldn't move the ball at all.
He had a couple of good games.
And they went to he had a couple good games with Cincinnati, not with Cleveland.
Okay,
he balled
yes,
out in
yeah.
Cincinnati for the first couple games, and then they brought in Dylan Gabriel. Good lord, that kid sucks.
Yes.
he is terrible.
Yep.
Awful.
Shador Sanders, what he did was just put another nail in Cleveland's coffin because now they're like, maybe he's not that bad.
Shador is a professional quarterback.
Shador is dog trash.
And Shador is a professional quarterback.
So
I'm
is
telling you.
he
He is a starter. He is a starting level top. He will within the next 3 years. He will be a top 12 quarterback in the league.
nope.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Nope. Jacoby Brissett is better than Shador Sanders.
Right now,
He will be
yes.
forever.
No.
I don't think so. So I think all that he did was give Cleveland fans some more false hope, so they don't draft a quarterback for the next 2 years, and then 3 years from now they're trying to sign someone like Deshaun for $500 million.
Well, I mean, if Stefanski has his way, he won't be starting next year.
Well, Stefanski probably smarter than me and you are at that. We'll see what happens. I don't think he's that good a quarterback. He's been better than anybody they've had this year. I'll give you that. I just don't think he's Kyler Murray same way. I don't think Kyler Murray's a good quarterback. Kyler Murray is an okay fantasy quarterback when he's healthy, but you take away his legs, he can't do shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think Shador right now is a better quarterback than Kyler Murray. A better NFL quarterback. Not fantasy, NFL quarterback.
Oh, no.
I think he will win more games, especially with that Cleveland ground and pound, awesome defense. And then he just needs to be accurate and not make mistakes.
If I was Cleveland, I'd go sign Davis Mills. They win more games. Okay.
But I will say this. I think this year really proved how important it is for a contending team to have a viable backup quarterback option. Because I mean, just look at what the Colts were doing, and then they lose Daniel Jones. They have no viable quarterback option. They can't win a game.
They got the
that.
Sauce effect.
Yeah, did you
Sauce
see that
was
too?
0-6.
That was wild.
Yeah.
No,
1
1
and 5.
7.
1
and 7.
Yeah.
1 and 7.
I think this
And
year
then
he's
went-
1-14.
No, he's 2 and 14.
2-14.
But Davis Mills kept not just kept them afloat, but honestly really started that run because I think they were.
He was better than C.J. Stroud was when he was playing.
Yeah, but then Stroud came back. I think Stroud was hurt to start the season, and then it just compounded, and they finally took him out.
A perfect example is San Francisco.
Well, that was another one I was going to say.
Mac Jones has
Yeah.
played himself into a pretty good check from somebody, probably.
But Mac Jones is a system quarterback.
Of course he is.
But I think if it proved you need someone that fits your system that can keep you afloat until your starter gets back.
I would agree with that.
You know.
I think that Mac Jones is definitely not a superstar quarterback, but he's a
should-
serviceable quarterback in the right system.
As a starter?
Like Sam Darnold. Same type deal.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold went to a perfect situation in Minnesota. I promise you, Minnesota, if they'd had Sam Darnold this year, be a whole lot better shape than they're in now.
Yeah.
And you know, J.J. McCarthy, I watched him play 2 games. He didn't look that bad.
Man, he looked terrible his first couple starts.
Yeah, he did. And then I thought, oh, that's a wasted pick. And then he come out and against Dallas, but fuck, I think Dallas could make a high school
yeah.
quarterback look good. They're terrible defensively.
I'm pretty sure I could complete some passes
Yeah.
against Dallas.
But and they got some major problems on their roster for on defense, money wise, that they're going to have to come up
and
with.
offense.
They got to figure out what they're going to do with Pickens.
Yeah.
Would you do Pickens or do you sign 2 offensive linemen? I'd say go get 2
I'd go
offensive
get
linemen.
offensive linemen.
I would too. But Pickens has been really good. He's played himself into a big check, but he's such a head case.
I think you can always go get a good second, third round wide receiver.
I don't know if there's any. Yeah, but he's not a second.
Pickens was a second round wide receiver.
Yeah, but he's a alpha dog.
Yeah.
In the right situation for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he was early second round, I think.
If he
but-
played with Aaron Rodgers right now, they'd won that game last night too, probably. But he might have also been in an insane asylum about week 7.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a nut job.
They were definitely missing DK, though.
All right,
And they're not going to have him this week either. So.
Nope. Before we get out of here, what all you got calling contests this year you're going to do?
Man, I don't know. Might take another run at World Duck. It just depends on how I feel through the year. That's probably my least favorite calling style, least favorite contest, just because of it has no semblance of realism to it whatsoever. And I mean, my main objective in blowing a call is being realistic. So it's the least, viable towards hunting situations and everything. So I've always kind of hated it. I'm not a huge fan of how the contest is run a lot of the times, especially with how they go about picking judges. And I think that proved out this year. You take a look at some judges and they're giving, world champions who blew, the world champion last year blew a perfectly clean routine, every bit as good, if not better, as he did last year. And a judge gave him a 2.5.
I don't know what that means, but
A
that's
2.5
not very
out of
good.
10. No, it's terrible. It's you get cut.
Wow.
Yeah.
With no reason at all.
Yep. And then I blew clean in the first round. I was half a point out of the lead, and then the judges, some of the judges didn't cut me at all. Some of the judges barely cut me, and I hit massive mistakes in my second and third round. Like my second round should have got me cut. Should have got 1s or 2s from every judge, and I think I went down just a handful of points from my first round. And then I made a big mistake in the third round and was like a point less than my first round score.
So it's not very steady.
So what's the difference between goose calling judges and duck calling judges?
I mean, I just think Easton goes about getting more relevant judges for the most part on for the open contest.
Mm-hmm.
They get people who've been in the game more recently. And that's always been one of my major qualms with Stuttgart is the selection process that they have
What is the
for
selection
judges.
process?
So they actually have criteria of they have to fit, one previous world champion. They have to have one previous world champion. Now
Right.
it could have been from the '60s where they didn't even ring a hail call, but then they have to have like one local sportsman, and then I can't remember the exact criteria, but it's like when you pigeonhole yourself into having to get a certain person to fit this criteria, I don't think that's great for a world championship. And then also,
So does Easton just get the best qualified that they can find?
most years, more recently, there's been some people that have taken over and don't necessarily, I guess they don't like the style that the goose calling's gone to, and they're trying to change that by implementing, bringing in judges that they think will like the style that they think should be winning. And I have a little bit of an issue with that too, in the fact that you should get the most qualified judges that you can. But you shouldn't ever try to determine an outcome by getting a panel of judges that you think will judge the way that you think it should be judged. They get a lot of they've been getting a bunch of biologists, and this is why people actually stopped going to Easton a while back, because it used to just be biologists and local guides and people that didn't contest call it. Well, for the live contests, I don't mind that at all.
Right.
I actually I had some issues one year, and they brought in like some photographers and everything. And then after the contest, I looked and I was like, what, he scored that pretty similar to how. And then someone's like, yeah, he's like, out of any of these jobs, who do you think listens to birds as much as you do? A photographer that's sitting there taking pictures surrounded by them for hours. I was like, that's actually, you got a point there. For a live contest, absolutely. But now for the opens, you still have to understand the technicality, the difficulty, the flow, the tone, the painting the picture. You have to be able to do this stuff to know how hard it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you guide, like if they brought you in to judge the live goose, I'd be like, okay, that's cool.
Right.
But like for the open, I'd be like, no, Andy and Jeff shouldn't be judging a freaking a world championship goose calling contest, the world open.
I would second that,
because you don't know what the parts are. You don't know, you don't know how much harder what Hunter Grounds did when he was doing it than what I do.
Right.
Because his routine was technically superior to mine. Like the shit that he could actually throw together and make flow and tricking just sounds amazing. It's insane how hard it is to do.
And if you don't know that you're listening for it, it just slips past you.
Would you be comfortable being a goose calling judge?
Not at world, no.
I bet you would, like at a state level.
I wouldn't be comfortable, no, but I could do it, I feel like.
What
But
about a duck calling contest?
No. I could do live.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you listen to birds.
Right.
You can do the lives. That's fine. But I've always said, I think a world championship should have the best set of judges.
It's hard to find judges, though, because you guys are all still calling.
Well, I can tell you right now, and we'll see if this gets me in trouble, but I can tell you right now, I sent a text message offering to judge everything except for the World Live Goose and the teams this year. I offered to judge the World Championship, the Champion of Champions Goose, and the World Live Duck because I can't blow on them. And he said, oh, no, we got our judges lined out. We appreciate it.
Who's more qualified than you are?
If he had his judges lined out, that's fine. Okay, you have your judges that you've lined up. Cool, that's fine. Whatever.
Are we talking about Teddy Hoover?
No, Teddy's not in charge anymore.
Okay.
But I'd offered Teddy before too, and that's just bad blood right there. But I offered. So.
But I mean, you are as qualified.
Exactly.
Whether you like somebody or not, I like you, Trevor, because me and you're a lot alike. We're both assholes, and we're pretty honest about it. But I would rather have someone that's the best at what they do than some guy that doesn't know. Yeah. I mean, I don't want nice guy out there. I want they should get. And there's nobody more qualified than you are.
Yeah, I mean, and here's my thing. I sent that. Well, then I get texts the week of the contest say they're scrambling for judges. I said my phone still hasn't rang.
Yeah, you're overqualified. If anybody could be overqualified, it's you. And that's a shame.
I offered them too. It's like, hey, I will judge. I don't need accommodations. I don't need payment. Nothing. You don't need to get a hotel room. No air flight. I was like, I'm fine.
It's a pissing contest, is what it is.
Yes,
they don't want you.
They don't want me involved.
And I don't get that.
But I mean, so since I've been retired from the World Goose, Never been asked to judge the World Goose. Since I've been retired from the World Live Duck in 2014, I've been asked one time.
It's like field trial judges. You know, go out and get a guy that's been there and done that and ran dogs. Don't get some guy that's paying money to have someone else train his dog that's never done nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, get someone, and I don't know what I'm sure there's a lot of politics involved in that too.
Oh yeah, and another thing is, you know, okay, I'm very opinionated about what I think calling contests how they should be run, you know, who should win and everything. But when I step behind that curtain, I check my ego at the door. You know, I am judging who does what I feel is best and does it clean and doesn't make any mistakes and has what I feel is the best routine. I could hate your guts. You know, I'm good. If you blow just an absolute badass routine, you're going to be my winner. And that's the way it should be. But the problem is that's not the way a lot of people go. You know, there's a lot of people that go in and they're looking for one person and that's what they're going to score because that's their buddy. Buddy points have always been a thing. And it's bullshit. And I call that out and everybody gets mad about it. But it's like, no, I said, we're back there to do a job and it's to pick the best caller, not to pick who you like and who you don't like.
If you're at a calling contest and let's say Kyle's calling Jones,
Yeah.
do you know it's Kyle when the curtain closes usually?
Man,
can you tell?
So I don't listen to routines enough anymore. I could tell you Robbie. I could tell you Hunter. I could tell you Walls. I could tell you me. I don't know that I would be able to pick Kyle out just because I haven't listened to his routine enough.
What about in the duck calling?
In Main Street,
Did you pick anybody out?
dude, I could pick out Seth Fields.
What about Corey?
In Meat Duck, I want to say yes, but not really, because there's so many people trying to blow his routine and doing it really good.
So he's got so many copycats.
Yeah.
So 5 or 10 years ago, you probably could have picked him out, but that's harder.
Man, I tell you what, the one time I judged World Live Duck, I legitimately, I was like, man, I said, so I knew Seth was Seth. And I actually had, and this was when like Corey and I really like didn't get along at all. I knew Seth was Seth, and I was like, man, I think this is Corey. I was like, but damn it, he sounds better. And so I think the guy I thought was Corey, I had on 8s, and I had Seth on 7s. And between the third round, I told Seth, I was like, dude, I got you scored good. And I was like, but I said, Corey's beating your ass. He's like, Corey didn't make third round. I said, what? He's like, I'm not telling you who made the third round, but Corey didn't make third round. And third round came around, and I was like, well, I don't know who that is, but I still think they sound better than Seth. And I had him beating, and I mean, Seth's my buddy, but it's like, hey, he sounded better than Seth. I was like, and that's who ended up winning. It was Colby Stillwell.
But you couldn't tell. But
He's blowing the layers, and he's blowing very similar to Corey.
Ain't that weird though that you guys can tell? Like if you got somebody like me for a judge, which would be a total fucking mistake because I don't know shit about it.
It would be unbiased though.
I would be very unbiased because I would be bored and ready to get the fuck out the door anyway.
So that's the argument. Is there's no bias, and I said
bullshit.
I said no. Getting these people that aren't in the calling contest scene. Well, we have unbiased judging. I said, well, no, you should have unbiased judging from the people that are qualified as well. Oh, well, you can't tell me that you're not. I was like, no, I absolutely. When I step behind that curtain, it is part of my job to be unbiased. I don't care whether you slap my mom right before we walk back that curtain. If you blow the best, I'm giving you an 8.
Now, being unbiased is not a problem for me.
Yeah.
I did that for a long time.
When
people are going to jail sometimes. So the unbiased part's not a problem. My problem I got to put this damn deal down. He's going to divorce me for this shit. But the problem they're dealing with is there's not very many of you that are qualified to pick a winner.
Yeah.
And anybody that's qualified to pick a winner knows somebody very well on that stage and can probably kind of tell something about the calling to know who it was. And that's the problem they have.
To me, it's probably a detriment to that person because I know if I know them and know their routine,
Yes.
I know it so well.
You're judging it because they messed up somewhere that you know they messed up.
But it wasn't a mess up, but I know that's not what they wanted to do. And it's like, oh, he didn't hit that like he normally hits it.
Right.
It wasn't a mess up, but because I know his routine so well, it might be a little detrimental to him. But here's my thing. Do you want unbiased or you want unqualified?
Okay, what
You know, that's the thing that I look at.
I'm gonna put Sean Mann on here for a minute. So we got Sean. Did he win the world championships ever?
Yes.
Okay. Sean doesn't call competitively no more, does he?
No.
But Sean is qualified to do it. But does Sean have a higher standard or lower standard because it's a whole different game than when he was doing it?
And that's my thing. It's like, so when you bring in people that have been out of the game that long, complete different game. They don't know the complexities. And I respect Sean. I get along with Sean very well. They don't. And for live goose, I would love Sean as a judge because he knows he's surrounded by geese all fall and winter. You know, I mean, he lives in one of the best goose areas in Maryland. I would love to have him as a live judge, but the advancements. I mean, I watched something from Tim Grounds the other day from the early 2000s.
Yeah,
and in the early 2000s, this was like the best routine anybody had ever heard, and it wouldn't make it out of the first round of a contest today. We've advanced the technicality and the difficulty of what we do to a certain level that if you haven't been around, like, you know, Tim was a great judge because he was around Hunter, and Hunter was doing this, and he understood how hard it was to do because he was sitting there watching Hunter put together these routines. And Hunter, to me, Hunter's 2007 routine, I'm sorry. Hunter's
You want some water?
Yes, please. Hunter's 2007 routine could still win worlds today,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
it's just filthy.
Yeah,
Absolutely filthy.
To me, it's the best routine ever blown. After that, it's probably any one of Robbie's world championships, and then I would put mine probably third, either the first or second year that I won.
Yeah.
You know, back when I actually practiced and was hitting everything, you know, dead nuts on, the tone was good. Anymore, I got to get a little higher pitch tone because I can't make it through a routine clean. The way that I structure my routine has so few breaths in it that if I tune a call to get the tone that I want, I can't make it through a routine anymore because I just don't practice at all.
So do you know where every breath is coming up at?
Oh, yeah.
So what happens if you get off? Are you like, oh fuck, I'm supposed to have a breath here and I need a breath now?
So I can actually, thank you, Jeff. Just welcome. I can actually get away with that a lot more than other callers because like I'm a segment caller versus a note for note caller. So if I feel myself running out of breath, I can shorten that. It's probably not gonna like flow as good
Right.
as it normally would, but I can make it work and not make a mistake. Where a lot of people that are note for note and they don't make it to where their breath is, they'll get lost, they jumble stuff, they make a mistake.
So what is yours? Like 15 seconds? You got 15 seconds in your head, like this is where we're at, and I got to dick around in this sequence for 15 seconds.
I mean, I have my sequences pretty much memorized, but if I got to shorten them by a couple notes, I can do that and then get into it. Because I don't necessarily have, I don't have what's called check geese, where it's like, look. I have a check sequence. So I can shorten and make it flow. You know, if I got to shorten it a couple notes, and then because I go let it go, look. You know, because it's not just a look,
Not
which
just a
makes
singular note.
Yeah, it makes it sound choppy.
Right.
It doesn't flow in the routine as good. Well, when you have that, you can find your breath a little bit better and get back into a sequence, and it doesn't sound quite as choppy if it's not exactly what you wanted to hit.
Did your nerves ever get to you to where you like gassed out early in your career or anything?
I've never once been nervous standing on stage with a call in my hand to blow.
Really?
Nope. The only time I've ever been nervous standing on a stage is when they call us out for the announcements, because at that point in time I have no control.
Right.
You know, when I stand on stage, I am 100% in control of what happens to me, and so why would I be nervous?
Yeah.
You know,
good point.
You know, if I'm go up there, I'm confident that I'm one of the best to ever do it. Why would I be nervous ever?
Yeah.
You know, so I've never had nerves with a call in my hand. But then once you're leaving it to 5 people behind a curtain that may or may not be qualified, you know, or may or may not have the same opinion about what sounds good to you. You know, then that's when the nerves start to kick in because it's out of your control.
One of the things always I find funny about you is is how honest about shit you are. Like you've come off stage before and you said, "Well, I fucking suck. That's terrible," or "Well, I blew that deal." I mean, you don't ever. You're very honest with yourself.
Self-evaluation is
Very, very good
usually-
about that.
Oh, I'm
because
my hardest judge.
You are, and
Yeah.
I've seen you lots of times. And then, well, who won? Well, Trevor. Well, this year was it? Where'd you win double? It was at Ducks Unlimited, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It did you this year
the
at
DU
Ducks.
show.
At Ducks. You won everything.
Yeah, I won the regional.
And I didn't even know you was going to be there. And I was like, "Who won it all, Trevor?" I said, "Trevor who?" Shannahan. I said, "He's not here." "Yeah, he is." It's like, "No shit." And then you come to Shindeal that night, wherever we were at that bar that night, and then everybody's buying you drinks and shit. I think they're just trying to get you drunk.
Yeah, I got hammered. Trevor had to walk me back to my room. After our Uber driver took us for like an hour drive nowhere near our hotel. I mean, that was ridiculous. But
Wrong Hilton Garden.
I'm going to miss Trevor this year at Ducks.
oh, is he not going to be there?
They're not going, are they?
I don't know.
I don't think they're going to Memphis.
I'm not sure.
But he told me, he said that's not his customer base there because
Yeah.
of the short read calls. So he
No,
does,
the
or not
cut-down
the
calls.
cut down calls. I'm sorry, but anyway, so he's not. They're not. But he says he's going to be at Squad Fest,
Yeah.
and
I probably won't go to Ducks this year either. I'll probably just go to Squad Fest.
yeah, that's what you said. Unless there's money there, then you'll be there.
Yeah, I mean, it depends so I actually, you know what? I might go there just because of the regional.
That is the most organized hunting show I've ever been to in my entire life.
It looked very organized.
It was
yeah.
It was absolutely mind-boggling for someone that's. I honestly, I don't know anybody that's been in this game longer than I have. I'm sure there's lots of people out there. I just don't know them. And I've known some that were, but at the level that we've been at for as long as we are, and all the stuff we go to, I've never been to a hunting event that was more organized than the DU. And I've been to a lot of them, and I've been to some really good ones, and I've been to some pretty shitty ones. But when it came to customer service, the Ducks event was the best by far I've ever been to. They helped unload your stuff. They helped load people up. They come and thanked you. And some of these people that put on these shows, they don't give two shits about the vendors, and that's why people are there for the vendors.
Yeah.
But they really went out of their way.
So back in the day, like in the 80s or 90s, whenever you were going to shows, you know, what was Harris like back in the day?
Harrisburg?
When it was Harrisburg, when it was big, when everybody was there.
The first time I went to Harrisburg was in 96 or 97.
Okay.
Payne was born in 98. Payne was a baby, so 98 is the first year I went to
That's when
Harrisburg.
it was popping back then.
And it was
Yeah.
big. And the thing that I found so interesting about it, there was a shows in Texas called the Texas Trophy Hunters, and they have them in Houston, San Antonio, and Fort Worth. And that was the first really big show, and it was huge. It was one of those ones where if you didn't, it reminded me of the turkey convention these days, the first day at Turkey, but it was that way for 3 straight days. I had to have a double booth because I'd have to pull people out of the aisle to our other booth so I could talk to them because the crowd would just push you down the aisle.
Yeah. Yep.
Harrisburg was like that. Harrisburg was what I found really fascinating was they'd have a booth with just turkeys, selling turkey hunts. And it would be that State Farm complex in Harrisburg's a big complex.
Oh, yeah.
And it would be just duck calls, and then it would be just turkey stuff, and then it would be deer hunts and hog. And they classified people. And the thing I found fascinating was all the Amish people. The buses would pull up. People can't drive a car, but they can ride in a bus. And a bus would pull off, and there'd be 30 Amish guys and their outfits and their stuff. And it was a big show. But the big show. The Fort Worth show was as big a show as anywhere. The Texas Trophy Hunters.
Yeah.
Now, that was before we had the internet. The internet was first really coming on, but nobody was buying nothing online. You didn't have no Bass Pro Shops. When I first started doing hunting shows in Dallas and Fort Worth, there wasn't any Bass Pro Shops. So people would go to these shows to buy their feeders. I mean, these people would work if you sold deer hunting stuff in Texas, you'd work your whole year long building stuff to take to the trophy hunters. And I had a couple that was from Monroe, Louisiana that were next to me. I think they were Monroe. They're from Louisiana, and they sold feeders and stands. And they would have a bunch of stuff in display next to our booth. You know the people I'm talking about? They'd have a display of the same stuff that they sold. But then when you bought something, he would go out the side, the husband would or the son would, and they would load your shit up with what you'd want. But people would buy their feeders, their stands, everything there. And then when Bass Pro Shop came, it really changed stuff. And then when the internet really got to cooking, it changed the game completely.
Like mid-2000s.
Yeah, and then after that, when I would go to a show, a lot of time it was just a show for save face and see people to see you. We already booked for this year. We'll email you, or we're on the books. Because even back then in the 90s, when our hunting was as good as anywhere in the world because we shot so many small Canadas. And I was telling Justin Hill the other day, I said, I was a terrible guide, and my bird for kill average was probably on a 5 bird limit, 4.8 for the season, just because them little geese are dumb.
Yeah.
And you think you're really good, but you're really not. You're on the X every day shooting a dumb bird. But them days, you didn't pre-book all your hunts like you do now. Nowadays, 75% of my calendar is full from one year to the next.
Yeah.
And back then it wasn't. And people so I sold a lot of business at those shows. So those shows were completely different than they are now.
Yeah, you probably maybe, I don't know how much you got to get around when you were there, but you probably met my original boss up there, John Kostick.
No, I can tell you who I met from up there that you know.
Kenny Schrader?
Yep,
Yeah.
Kenny. I met Kenny's booth was next to mine.
Yep.
And
Okay.
he had a guy named Billy Coleman that worked for him. And Billy Coleman is one of the most interesting. Is he still alive?
I'm not sure.
He was one of the most interesting people I had met at that time of my life in the hunting business. I'll tell you who won the calling contest when I was there. It was Josh Newweiler.
Oh yeah.
Well, Josh was very good.
Well, back in the 90s and early 2000s, I mean, that dude was insane. I mean, by far the best person to ever blow a Eastern Shoreman.
He was
like hands down.
He was very, very good. But that's the way that Harrisburg is. I haven't been in a long time. I tried to talk Dirk into us going a couple years ago.
Not worth going anymore.
Well, we did. We went to Minneapolis. They had an outdoor show in March. We went to one year, and it was in about the same time, late 90s. And it was a 10-day show, and those things are just fucking killer.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna be sick halfway through it, or by the end of it. I mean, it's the Harrisburg flu. But no, so there was some I don't know, some anti-gun company took it over, and they they ran it in.
I remember
ground,
that.
and then NRA had to step in and take it over after that. But
That was like 5 or 6 years ago, wasn't it?
I think it was longer.
10 years ago.
Yeah,
But I remember when that happened,
because it was before COVID.
and they were canceling. They were even going to cancel the show. Even.
Yep.
Yeah, they bought the show and was going to shut it down and do something.
Yeah,
And
then NRA stepped in, took it over. I don't think it's a 10-day show anymore.
it was a great show because you got people out of Washington, D.C., you got people out of New York, you got people out of Baltimore, Philadelphia,
Jersey,
Pittsburgh. I mean, there was people from all over. It was a show with people spending money that were looking to hunt on the East Coast. Yep. But the internet has killed all that. I mean, it really has. There's just so many. It's just a different game now because of that. And it's the same with going shopping now. COVID changed that. Nobody wants to go to a store and shop no more, and they don't want you there. They want you to buy stuff online. Yeah. And I don't like to shop anyways. What's the internet done for Max Prairie Wings? You know, like Andy used to look forward to getting the Max catalog, didn't you? Did they even send one this year?
Yeah.
Did they?
See, I always had an issue with the Max catalog because essentially you had to pay Max to put your product into their store and into their catalog. So you had to pay them to get into their door before they ever sold a product for you. And I had an issue with that.
But
because no other store does that.
But in the 90s and the early 2000s, it was a staple of everybody that went to Stuttgart because we didn't have one competition, in which would be Bass Pro Shops. Mm-hmm. You know, they didn't have anything there. Now Bass Pro Shops bought Max, didn't they? I think they did.
Yes.
They bought Max,
Yes.
and now it's just another Bass Pro Shop. Thank God Shen's there and R&T and them other places.
Shen is really cool.
They are. And they got a great store, great company,
Yeah.
good people. I just had a group of guys from, where are those guys from? Indianapolis. They went and I'm going to tell you right now, I want to give a shout out to Ducks Unlimited. Ducks Unlimited gave these guys a tour of the DU facilities. They got to go to the headquarters and do all that stuff. Hats off to DU for doing that and giving back to the people that are supporting them. I thought that was really good. But they went to Shen and DU and did all that stuff. But yeah, there's just so many shows are really cool. Back in the day, it was just a different deal because you'd see all those people you wouldn't talk to all year. Kind of like now. I mean, now we go to the industry parties because we'll be in Memphis in 6 weeks, or Nashville. Our first show will be in Nashville in 6 weeks.
Yeah,
we'll go to
NWTF.
and then we'll go to Bass Classic in Knoxville, and then it'll be Delta, Dive Bomb, DU. And that'll be it. And then Oshkosh, they say that show's really growing. Now, we don't go to, I haven't been to game. We went to game for 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
It's tough because you got to be up there for 2 weekends.
That's You know what's funny too? I don't know the guy that puts that on at all. and I've been there a couple of times, but everybody I know says the same thing, said they would much rather that show be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, one weekend and be done.
Yeah.
'Cause that's hard on for the non-local guys. That's a ton of money to spend.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, at least with Harrisburg, you're there for 10 straight days.
days.
Of
selling.
working.
Yeah, working for 10 straight days to sell stuff. And I mean, dude, I tell you, my best day selling calls the one year that I went there was Wednesday. Because it was a calling contest day.
Oh.
They always had their calling contest on a Wednesday. It was a 1-round goose contest and a 1-round duck calling contest. It was the goofiest shit ever. It's 0 to 100 points, not a 10-point scale, 0 to
Right.
100. So you had people winning the contest by like 50 points. Like it was insane. It was just off a one round. And it was in it was like in a, not an auditorium. It was in a,
It was not a very good sound room.
everything echoed. So the slower goose callers actually sounded better because it didn't all jumble
It wasn't
together.
all- yeah.
I remember the 1 year, the 1 year that I won it, it came down to me and John Walls, and there was like 6 of us that they had brought up there. Might have been 6 of us in the contest, and they call 5th, they call 4th, they call 3rd, and I'm like, all right, here comes me or John, and then they call Bo Matherly for 2nd, and I mean this was like, I don't know, 2017, something like that, and I'm like, either John or me is in last place. And then they called me for the win. But I started to think about it. I was like, well, I'm slower. John's like, la, la,
Right.
and it was all
One big-
all the echo. It just
Yeah.
made it sound like a jumble of noise. But I'm like, dude, this is literally the only. I was like, him and Robbie are the only 2 goose callers that I worry about in a goose calling contest. And
One of us is
going to
last.
finish last place.
We went to, one thing I liked about Harrisburg is a buddy of mine, Lewis Henderson, flew up and he came and met me. So he was there for 5 of the 10 days. So this guy worked for me, kid that worked for me, he liked to go out and party and stuff. So he would go out at nighttime. I would go in the morning, like at 7:30 or 8, and I would go till like 2.
And then
he'd
take
come
over
in
for
at 1 or 2, and he would stay in the booth from 10 on,
Yeah.
2 on. And hell, we went to Gettysburg. One day we went to Hershey, Pennsylvania. We just every day would go somewhere because it was new country to us.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that. And then one day we took off, both of us, and me and Johnny, like on the middle of the day, like a week on a Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday was nothing going on. I said, screw it, we'll put all our boosters up. And we drove to the Eastern Shore. We were going to go to Havre de Grace and all that shit. And went and ate at a cool place right at Chesapeake, went to Annapolis. So I got to see some different things.
Yeah.
But I would never go back again for 10 days.
Yeah, I had to work the booth by myself all day, every day. Jake Steppe came up and helped me because I was selling my calls and Tim Ground's calls because he couldn't make it that year. So he sent me a bunch of calls to sell for him and split booth costs, which I think back then was a no, but nowadays who cares?
Yeah.
It's been long enough. So I was selling those and Steppe, came up, helped me for like 4 or 5 days. I think he came on the weekends because he had to work or he had school or something in the middle of the week. But
We did Minneapolis and it was 10 days. And you know what we did during the middle of the week in that deal? We played poker. Everybody at a booth, it was playing $1 a hand, and in every booth around there'd be 8 or 12 people standing around playing cards. You get just 5 straight cards, and whoever $1 and throw it in. It was boring as hell because everything would happen on Friday, Saturday. It was busy, and Sundays, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that next week it's slow as shit, and then on Friday. But 10 days is way too damn long to be a show.
That was the nice thing about Harrisburg, though. I mean, it was pretty busy, even when I was there, which was well after the heyday of it. I mean, because it used to be you couldn't get through the calling room, and it was just an entire room of calls. You couldn't get through that thing. You couldn't walk through it. Like you literally are, shoulder to shoulder, and just while you're wiggling your way through, and then hoping you can get to the booth that you want within an hour, and then wait another hour to get up to it and talk to whoever you want to talk to and buy a call.
Well, Turkey and Ducks Unlimited both have a great deal going. Turkey's amazing. The first time I went to it, I was shocked. And then Ducks Unlimited last year was amazing. And I'm going to tell you right now, Cody and Asher at Dive Bomb, they got their people dialed in. Those people that are Dive Bomb people, they're at that thing, and they're loyal, and there's a big line waiting to get into that every day. I just wish they'd get some outdoor air conditioning there.
They're great at marketing. I will say that.
Well, they get the people in the door and they're calling contests, but it is a hot sumbitch. It seems like every year. And we went in April one year and burned our ass off, and we're there in August. It don't matter. And then you almost died in a storm there one year. Was
killed us.
you was on stage
I
when
was
that
on.
happened, right there?
I finished my routine. Everybody's like, "How'd you finish your routine?" I was like, "I'm dialed in, man."
Pull the plug.
Yeah. No, literally, I'm blowing my routine, and the wind comes up so hard. My hat, I go like this, catch my hat while I'm still blowing my duck routine, and all of a sudden the curtain just blows straight up. I'm looking at all 5 judges' backs. I'm like,
Hey,
Crazy
I know who
times.
you are now.
Yep.
All right, let's get off here. Andrew's we got to hunt in the morning.
Yep.
Trevor,
Let's go.
appreciate you, bud. You're leaving today. You going home?
yeah, I'm probably gonna take a nap and then roll home.
All right. Well, God bless you, bud. You be safe going home. Enjoyed having you up here as usual, and I will see you in
Somewhere.
who knows, somewhere this summer or spring or somewhere before then. Who knows?
You'll get a wild hair up your ass and go win a calling contest, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt that I'll see you probably. You're not going to come to Turkey though.
No, man, that's a bad time of year for me. There's no contest there either. I'd have to enter a duck call to even have like any stake for the the
Right.
call making contest, because that's the big thing there.
Yes, they have.
they have turkey calling contests, but
I'm surprised they haven't morphed into a calling because there's so many waterfowl hunters there now.
the duck call makers there.
I'm-
I mean, they kill it.
It's a waterfowl show too.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid says it's a waterfowl show as much as turkey anymore.
Yeah, I know Spencer Halfer's been killing it there for years.
Yep, there's gonna be a lot of people there. It's a good time. All right, God bless you, my friend. I'll see you later.
Appreciate
All right.
it.
Bye, everybody. See ya.